And nobody's here. I'm not live, am I? No, I am live. What do you know? Okay. Outstanding. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for being here. Hopefully the issue is rectified this time. That is the hope that I have. Okay, man. Thanks for being here, everyone. Have a seat. Everybody just have a seat. Hopefully this time the chat is, where people can chat and I can see that. That's a big plus. Let's allow people to get here before we kind of get started. How you doing, Alaska Blue, MT? Leslie, Dave, Live in Chaos, Carol Rose, Michael Russell, Rascal Nebs, and Faith Hodges. Faith Hodge, man, are you related to the Hodge twins? They're funny, man. They really are, man. I've subscribed to their channel. All right. 18. All right, let's get started here. So, this week, and this has been my build up to this, I went back over all the original press conferences from Delphi. The one where they released the sketch, the one with Doug Carter talking about the sketch, about the pictures. Went back over all of that, and I took out the parts that I was wanting to discuss. So this is the video that I created. If you guys seen it earlier, I'm sorry, I really am, but bear with me, and let's try to make it through this. This was a really bad week, a real bad week. Let me go into it for a moment, if I may. Of course, man, I ate a bunch of beef jerky. Man. And I stopped going to the bathroom, man, for like a week plus. Thought I was going to die, man. I did. I was very sick. Man, that really got me down, man. And anyway, I went to the hospital and had that taken care of. So now I am way better. And well, anyway, that was kind of my week. So anyway, here is the video that I am discussing. Now, I want everybody to listen and pay attention to what's being said, because this, Mary Free, thank you for being here. And I hope Mark's there. So let's get started. Here's the video.
In the realm of evidence and leads that you have, how big is this photograph? How much are you counting on this artist sketch, the photograph and sketch?
I mean, it's like anything else in the case. Anytime we get something new or information out there, we always feel it's important to the case. We feel this is very important because it actually gives a better view of the person in the picture that you see down below. It shows a little more facial features. It gives you a little more information on what we're looking at, who the suspect might be, and that's why we feel it is very important that these pictures out there at this time.
What's so striking about this? What is the thing that investigators look at and say, wow, that's the thing that's going to make this guy stand out from all the other men walking around?
It's basically just a clear picture of his face compared to what you saw down below. We've got the information out there, the pictures out there. Now we got this composite that we feel that is, we feel it is the same person.
Are you that it's accurate?
We're pretty confident. The information was received. With that information, we've been able to put that together. Again, this thing wasn't drawn up overnight. We've been working with this picture and with the suspects that the witnesses that we have that we're put together. So it's not something that we did overnight. It's been a while to put together. I really can't go into that because we don't want to compromise the case itself. There was people that were able to help us out with this, yes.
In the release, you talk about not to focus on the hat. It might not be accurate. You talk a little bit about that so people at home know.
Well, if you see the original picture down below, it appears that he's got a hat on that's got the flaps down to the kind of down over the face. We want to make sure that you focus on the picture. We want to make sure the face is what you're looking at. and not to worry about the hat. Even though that hat is not quite the same as the one in the picture, we want the facial features of what we want you to look at. The person was not clear on the color of the eyes. The person said it was definitely not blue. The person was very obvious that it was not blue eyes, but they did mention that they were not clear on which color it was.
So there are people out there who are sure that they saw this guy walking around that day and they helped you out. Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much that's what it is, yes. Anything else? All right.
There's a poster in front of you. Someone knows who this individual is. Someone knows who this individual is. Is it a family member? Is it a neighbor? Is it an acquaintance? Is it an associate? Or maybe that one guy that lives over at that one place that just kind of not right. Maybe it's his jeans. Maybe it's his jacket or a sweatshirt. Maybe it's his shirt tail. Maybe it's his posture. Maybe it's the right hand in his pocket.
We got a case that this person's never apparently committed a crime before. We have,
He would feel that he had never committed a crime. He has no DNA.
well, I can't comment on that, but I'm just saying that's what it looks like. So that's something we can't go through cases with.
And there we go. Echo and sound. Yeah, you know what? It ain't going to be right, dude. It ain't going to be right. Alaska. Because I threw it up here. That would be reason one. Okay. Could everybody hear that okay? Okay. So that is kind of what I wanted to discuss here. Was the fact that the first sketch, the one that they came out and going, yeah, you know what, we don't want that dude anymore. He's not even a person of interest. Pardon me. 2 people seen that man. 2 people seen that man with the hat, with those clothes, everything the way that it was on that first sketch. Now, how could that change? How could they release a second sketch without the guy without a hat on, looking much younger? That was very unclear because I'm still calling complete BS on that. I am. I think that was ending the investigation. Hello, Carol. So that's kind of my thought, that they ended the investigation with the Delphi briefing. You see where I'm at? Because 2 people seen him with the hat on, fully in all of his clothes. Then they give us the second sketch, no hat at all, which they didn't see him without a hat. So why would they know what the top of his head looked like? You see where I'm at? It was all generic crap. Why? Because anybody calling in on that, it was non-investigatable. It was not a call that they had to go out and waste their time interviewing. 46,000 tips phoned in. Whole population of Carroll County, 20,000. Let's give thought to that. If you got 46,000 people that phone in and none of them are correct and all of Carroll County is 20,000, is anybody good at math? Is anybody here good at math? Maybe is, because that's what's wrong. That is what's wrong with it right there. And that's why I'm saying that guy ain't from around here. When they come out the Delphi briefing, oh, we think he lived, or worked right here in the Delphi area. Wrong. Because if he lives, or worked in the Delphi area, he would have been arrested immediately. Immediately. Nobody could have looked at that and not said, oh, hey, that's Jimmy Blue Blob down the road. Well, of course that's him. Everybody would have knew that. Everyone. The FBI would have picked up on that immediately. Like right away. They would have known who it was. Now, this is what I am telling you. That man is not from around here. He's not even from this state. Actually, in the original sense, he's from Michigan. But right now, he is in a St. Louis jail. Now, let's go to the part where Doug Carter was talking about hands in his pockets, hand in his right pocket. Well, look, man, right there is my suspect out of traffic, where he got pulled over at a traffic stop. You see him walking, head down, hands in pockets, identical. Now, that's what I want. Man, okay, you know what? As soon as I start talking, everybody shuts up on chat. Am I live? This is where I got to last time. This is exactly where I got to last time. Identically, the same spot. So, all right. So let me just carry on here because I'm going to stop looking at chat. I really am. I'm just going to stop caring about it. From the beginning of this case, man, like right from word go, well, not actually right from the go because it took a little while. When all the donations started showing up for the reward money, people, everybody, and I mean, like I'm pointing right now saying 46,000. 46,000, man, that's a lot of tips considering that all of Delphi is 3,500. 3,500, 46,000? I mean, do you see where I'm at? People were calling in to try to get that reward money. They was calling in anybody that had a vague resemblance to that guy, including Tobe Lesenby. So it was always my thought, like right away, why is everybody trying to get this money? You'll never get that money. You will never get that money unless you can look at that and say, I know exactly who that is. You was never going to get that money. You see? Now, in the Delphi case, and I don't want to make this, different than how it is. When I say that I've solved this, that means online. Yeah, online, man. Online. I mean, I did that. However, law enforcement had this done before me. I mean, local law enforcement knew who had did it before I did. And I don't want to take from that. They're the ones that solved this crime. It'd probably be Carroll County PD, maybe Indiana State Police to get the credit for solving it because that is their job. That is what they did. And online, out here on YouTube, yeah. In real life, no, it's them. They're the ones that solved this case. Now, when I went to the second year press conference and was stopped at the door by Holman, you might have recognized him as the fat guy in the back right there. Him and Kim Riley stopped me at the door. You're not coming in. Yeah, I am coming in. No, you're not. Yes, I am. What, you want to bet? You're not media. Yes, I am. Let me see your credentials. Just almost threw it back to me. Didn't even look at it. It's fake. Got to leave. So I got a little angry. In fact, I got more than a little angry. I got downright mad. I was very upset about that. And Holman kind of bends over and he's like, I heard what you said in your video that you was going to get the Delphi reward money. I looked at him and I'm like, that's a lie. Because I've always told everybody, no one would get that reward money. See, the FBI reward, that's federal money. That's $250,000. Let me tell you about the federal government. They don't hand out money. They take it. That reward money is so that they get a bunch of tips. That's what it's for. That's all that amounts to. It's $500,000 between that and Evansdale, and nobody will get a dime of that money. In fact, I mean, when it's done, the FBI will probably donate a large chunk to that to each city or whatnot, but people will not get that money. Now, again, I have no claim to that money because I did not solve Delphi. Now, what I do believe that I have a claim to is at least a part of that 50 grand by Evansdale, because I was the first one to call up and lay out the evidence to say, this is the man you're looking for right here. And this is what I got to show, what I got to say, and I laid it all out to him. So I think that some of that money, at least some of that 50,000, and this is what I told Holman, that was all I ever said concerning any reward money. But I'm putting up nothing saying that I solved this case where I know that the law enforcement did. I ain't trying to hop into that. Look, man, I'm profiling this case. And I got to be honest with you, I did a damn good job. Extraordinaire, over the top, the best, if you want to go that direction. I'll take credit for that. Online, all day long. John Kelly didn't do it. I had to correct John Kelly. I had to send John Kelly information. So yeah, online, I got that going on. Yeah. But again, I didn't solve this in the real life sense. So again, it's an online thing. What does that say? Hang on. God, man, I don't want to look like a nerd. I'm sorry, man. I'm not a nerd, really. God, man, I can see so much better when I slide these on. You know what, man? 3 years ago, no eye issues at all, man. I could read stuff right up in front of my face. So, anyway, there that is. Now, if I may throw this out too quick. Oh, man, Barbara Spicer, how you doing? Yeah, Barbara Spicer is such a great lady, man. She came out here, her and her husband, Joe. We had a good time. I got to meet her. Fantastic. I wish she could have got back here this summer. You know what? Halloween's here, and we got the big barn fiesta, over in Burlington. If anybody wants to make it down this way, just hit me up with the message. We'll go hang out. Thank you very much, Tone Hernandez. Appreciate that. Another thing I do like about this is that no, I don't, man. What? No, I don't, man. I mean, don't take me wrong. I mean, it's not like it's totally like ridiculous in glasses, but at the same time, I don't wear glasses, and I normally just but I'm smart without glasses. I'm a smart ass without glasses too. Yeah. No, okay, man. Yeah, make no mistake. Right. You know what? This is why Alaska Blue is one of the greatest moderators ever. Do you see that comment? Mike has great hair too. Yeah, you bet, man. I'm 53. Look at my hair. People wish they had hair like this. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Jackie. Very sorry to hear that. If you don't mind me throwing that up here real quick. Wait, that's the wrong one there. So, sorry, Leslie. Her sister, her mom's sister died. So, if anybody has any questions that they would like to ask concerning the Delphi case, throw them up now. Because you know what? I got an hour. And we'll do this. Oh, sorry, Faith. You have a good evening. Company, man, they show up. Yeah, very, very sorry, Jackie. It's death in the families. It's rough. My sister died just over a year ago, and it was of course, very sad when you lose a sister, but it was something unexpected. It was in a car accident. She was in great health. She was like 7 years younger than I am. Yeah, if anybody has any questions, because other than that, I'm probably just going to ramble. I'm just going to sit here and talk. Can I cap the whole suspect thing? Oh, hey, UK's here. I don't know what. Can you elaborate on that? Can you cap the whole suspect thing, please? I mean, if you just tell me what direction, in what way? Because if I sit here and talk about my guy, that is what I've been talking about for pushing a year now. And in fact, that is all I've really talked about is him. Is that it? Okay, well, I'll just sit here and talk. I mean, I guess people show up just. Yeah, Daniel B., you know what? Here's the thing. No one, hold on. Let me type this out here. No one gets note. No one gets notifications. Nobody. No one. That's why I give a time. That's why I tell you when I'm going to go live. At 5 p.m. on Tuesdays, guess what? Michael J. Cat goes live. If you're waiting for a notification, you'll be late and you'll say, I didn't get a notification. That's why there's a time to it. That's why I set a time. Can you tell me when you'll go live next? Yes, I'll tell you exactly when. 5 o'clock Tuesday. 5 p.m. Eastern time Tuesday. Guess what? No, it's not a glitch. It's not a glitch. It'd be funny if it was a glitch. It has nothing to do with the glitch. YouTube don't want people to see my stuff. You know what? People that's out there, man, like pushing like left-wing garbage up people's backside, guess what? Their notifications work. People where don't even click that notification gets their notification. They don't want anybody out here talking about truth. No, could not MT. Not at all. No way. You see, and again, it's because you're thinking there's two people. There isn't. There's one. If you watch the press conferences, you'll understand. One person did this. It isn't a father and a son. It isn't anything like that. It's one person. And again, there are two people. The lady walking her dogs and flannel shirt guy that seen the suspect that day. They're the ones that gave all the details for the sketch. The first one. They sat down with them over a long period of time. Got it, to where it was, and that's what Kim Riley was alluding to. We took our time on this. There was multiple agencies that was in there working on this. And then they're like, oh, yeah, that guy, everything changed. We found him. He ain't that guy. No. BS. It's because they know exactly who that looks like. And so do I. And it's the killer. And he's sitting in a St. Louis jail. So, yeah, it's not two people. It is one person. Now, if I didn't think that it was my guy, or I believe it's my guy. I mean, I totally believe it's my guy. Like at 100%, no, it's my guy on both crimes, both of them. But here's the thing. If somebody came to me here or, wrote me a message, send it to my email. Hang on, let me hit that real quick. Where is my email? And okay, there it is. Bam. MrCat420@gmail.com. If they hit my email with something that it was another person, or it's not your guy for this reason, but they supplied ample evidence, okay, you know what? And I would come on here and be like, yeah, it ain't my guy. But you know what? Nobody does that. They hop on there and their words are, it's not your guy. Why? Because I don't think it is. Why are you here? Why are you watching my channel? Did you drop by to be a douche? I mean, you see, that's exactly where I go. That's where I go. And that's why I'm not really good at keeping people here, because I'll boot somebody in a minute, man. I get very angry, man, at the drop of a hat. Yes, I do. Leslie, until at which time that his court is complete in St. Louis, he will be in solitary that whole time. And I mean, I think that not only is he in solitary, he's on suicide watch because they won't give him a razor. I don't think that they'll give him a writing instrument without supervision or anything like that, because they're very concerned that this guy, much in the way of Epstein, he'd do himself in, man. I mean, he's got nothing to live for. He knows he'll never get out of prison. He knows what's coming. He knows exactly what's coming. He knows he's going to Carroll County. And I can tell you that for multiple reasons, because I sent him 6 letters. A few of them was weighty because I had like 7, 8 pages, very, very long, man, detailed on everything, every little aspect of everything that I know. So deep and so wide, he must think that like I'm with law enforcement, because I laid it all out to him. In fact, I laid it out so deep and wide, I was asking him questions like, these are the questions that concern me. What, and then I wrote my questions to him. Yeah, he knows what's coming. Also, I told him to put me on visitation. I said, when you get to Carroll County, make sure I'm on visitation. I said, because when you get there, you're going to hear the whole world outside calling for your back, man, because they're going to want you dead. In that same letter, I pretty much scrolled out everything. In fact, I copied some of that and sent him what on Amber Green, the guy that they broke into Carroll County Jail, busted out. 250 men on horseback went to Carroll County Jail, broke that guy out so they could go hang him. And they did. They took him right out in the country, man, right to my dad's front yard at that time. And hung him. Pictures right there, man. Go to go to Google and put in this name. Amber Green lynching. What the hell, man? You know what? Why don't you work for me, man? Work for me. God. You go to Google and put that right there in. Oh, Jesus H. Fine. You know what? Cap lock. Eat my. Put in Amber Green lynching Delphi, and they're going to show you a black and white picture of that man with his hat on, man, hanging there by his neck. That's back when Delphi had some balls, people. That's back when Delphi had testicles. And they said, this guy abducted a farmer's daughter that he was seeing and killed her. And we won't have it in Carroll County. We demand him, Sheriff. And the sheriff's like, no, you ain't going in and getting him. We're not giving you the key. Screw you, Sheriff. We're going to break in and we'll take him our own damn selves. And that's what they did. They hung him up, man. They strung him right up by a tree. So after explaining that to TB, I was on the side of, when you get there, you're going to want to have somebody to talk to. Because that inside or outside, man, I mean, everybody inside and outside that jail is going to be screaming for your death. So now, and again, I wrote him that, but at the same time, the whole reason that I got it, that I was in this at all, was because there was 2 young girls that lived there in Delphi. 2 young girls that died at the hands of a monster. Now, at first, I was following law enforcement, what law enforcement was doing, how the case was progressing. But just the same as with all of you, man. After 2 weeks go by, 3 weeks, a month, 2 months, 3 months, 5. What's going on? What's going on? Why ain't the guy caught? I had to wait till the first year, 1 year in, to get that from Kim Riley, that the guy had never committed a crime before. That changed everything to me, because just like everybody out there, I was looking at local people, man, people with offenses, priors, which is what I had told Kim Riley. I said, well, a guy being that, he is. Actually, Greeno is related to Luella Mabbitt, the victim, not Amber Green, the alleged killer. But, once I found out that the guy had never committed a crime before, then it changed. Because then, he's not telling a lie when when he told us that. So I stopped looking at people that had committed crimes prior to. And that also regarded Daniel Nations, who they had just completed talking to just a couple days before the first year press conference. So it wasn't until TB's name hit me from down there, where they had reached Carroll County, because he was dressed like Rich Guy. He looked like the sketch, had never broken the law before. And I'm like, I better go check this out, you know? No, actually, he hasn't wrote back because writing instrument without supervision, for one. But that's, anywho. So it kind of changed, where I was at, because, again, I'm not trying to solve this. It was never my prerogative to solve this, because I knew that anybody that hit me, anybody's name that came to me, I'm thousands in line of people that had heard that name before it got to me. You see where I'm at? So there isn't I'm going to hear somebody's name and go solve this before law enforcement. And, I'm not there. I know Sheriff Lesenby knew before I did, because when they contacted him and he got that and he went out and, hey, yeah, is this here the guy you seen? You two? Yeah. Is it? Is this the dude? That's when he knew. That's when he originally knew, when they're like, yeah, that's the man, no doubt about it. They sent the DNA out to Quantico because the FBI went down and got it immediately after his arrest. Why? Because they knew. The FBI was in Carroll County on the 14th, day after. They hadn't been missing 24 hours. I thought very peculiar, but why was they there so quick? They was there so quick because they knew exactly. They did. Small trail off a highway, 2 young girls abducted. Yeah, we better get there. It's on the reverse state of Evansdale. This is stuff that serial killers do. We better go check and see if foul play was at hand. AB, if you could escort K.E. Anderson to the door, that would be most appreciated. They don't. And again, that's why I don't read people's garbage, because, yeah, hey, could you get rid of that fag? Like, get rid of his ass. And then, remove his shit. I don't like locals. I don't like trolls. I don't like most anybody. Why are you asking me that, Jessica? Nobody knows. No one. Don't ask me about those girls. You know what? They are dead. And that's all you need to know. That's it. That's what law enforcement told us. Foul play was at hand. Someone killed them. And that's what you need to know. Anything outside of that does not do anything about looking at this case. That is called some very bad curiosity. Don't bring it to my channel. And that is exactly who's supposed to know. That's who does know. I don't care to know. And again, it's because 2 young girls died, man. That's when I started looking into this. Because 2 young girls died in Delphi. That's where 2 young girls don't die out at a trail. That is a safe place, man. That's a very safe place. And when somebody goes and does something like this, that's when it goes evil, man. It's not about secrecy. It's about keeping the case in check, man. The only person that's going to know any of those details is the person who did it. They don't want it out there so somebody can go in, make a false confession. They don't want that shit. And I don't want it on my channel. I don't want you guys sitting here talking about that. That is outside of the base of where I'm at. Hey, Nicole. Nicolina Z. No, 12 cut actually. And I mean, this goes a little bit of speculation here because I know where the lady that walked the dog was walking her dog's lived, and that was on the far side of the tracks. And I know she walked over to the other side. Well, it's been my thought. I want you to hear that word, my thought. That's what means that I'm speculating, that I'm using an educated guess, okay? Because if he was there at the secondary entrance, right down to 501. Look, man, this should be easy to draw. I really can't draw it out, but let me just draw a line, man. Okay, whoop, down here, you come in down here at Freedom Bridge, you walk all the way down till it hits the railroad bridge. That's Monon High Bridge, man, the railroad bridge. So right here at the secondary entrance, like it goes all the way down like this, right here at the secondary entrance, then you got another little trail that loops down, and it follows the main trail, like right beside it, except right down at the end, it goes down to the water where the 501 goes directly to the bridge. Now, right there where that trail goes down, the 501 or the 505, there's a bench sitting there. Now, if he was there or right in that area, he could see anybody coming in from Freedom Bridge as they walked by, anybody coming in at the secondary entrance headed that way because he was watching for a victim, somebody that he considered to be his victim, a person of his choosing. Now, when the lady walked up and she was walking her dogs, she probably walked by him and stopped, because you got, hey, man, nice day, blah, 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 right? You see where I'm at? Beautiful day to be out walking, this and that. It's what you do if you're on the trail, man. You just walk by somebody, they're like, yeah, man, better keep my eye on them. Just walk by a little creepy. You kind of open up a little bit to people. So I speculate, man, that she stopped, man. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, really nice day. Nah, just out with my dogs. Woo up de woo. Only talked to him for a little bit. I'm sure he wasn't sitting there carrying on like a large conversation, but that's what I feel had happened. Because she got a good enough look at him that she could remember details of his face, that his eyes weren't blue. She said, I don't know what color they are, but I know that they weren't blue. So now flannel shirt guy didn't. Flannel shirt guy was walking to the Monon High Bridge, from Freedom Bridge, walking on down. But, the suspect was on his way out. They walked past each other. I don't think anything was said. I think maybe, if anything, he just looked up, kind of got a glimpse of the guy. I don't think that flannel shirt guy would be able to give the details of the lady that was walking her dog. Okay, because I think that she had a little bit more time than he did. You know what? I really don't know, Nicolina. I don't know the reason that she moved. Here's my thought. Okay, because she had moved, and I know that law enforcement would have approached her with the mugshot and probably other photos, because like the mugshot is the generic photo that they get just so that they can say this is what the guy looks like that we're holding. But if they're sending that for identification purposes to other law enforcement, they probably went in with a good camera and got like multiple like side angles, forward angles, with the hat on, and all like that, so that they could make a good comparison or, get good photos to the people that had seen him. So I think that since they took that to the two people that had saw the suspect that day, she knew the guy was in jail. And honestly, if I lived where she lived, being that there was a murder right there on that trail, I don't think that I would have felt comfortable just living right there in that area, because that is, man, it's such a beautiful trail, and that something like that would happen. Okay. Well, let me go back into. Let me get a swallow of coffee. Okay. So, anywho, if anybody has any questions, I'd be happy to answer. In fact, me and Alaska was discussing the other day in email because I would like to debate Gray Hughes. I would. I'd love to debate him on this case. Honestly, I don't think the guy knows anything. I think that he wants to sit there and go, I ran tests. Oh, yeah, so what, your tests? Your tests are meaningless to me. They don't mean shit, Gray. But if he would agree to debate on questions that viewers would send in, but each of us would have to agree that, yes, I will debate upon that question. And once we had the question set up that we was going to debate on, then we would do that live, would be my hope. Because I don't think that he knows anything, and I stand right by the fact that I know everything on this case. Everything. Because there's not a detail that's got by me. Look, man, there isn't a piece of any news conference or interview that I don't know almost by heart. I know this case forward, backward, and in between. There are things that I don't know. No one knows. Nobody knows. But the thing is those things that I don't know wouldn't help in finding the person who had did this at all. Because how would that be? You know, I don't know this guy. I mean, I don't know him. I don't know him at all like that. So there is nothing that I could say concerning what had happened. Oh, here, let me scroll back up there, Merlin. Let me see if I can find it. There it is. You know what? I don't really know. I mean, I don't. I mean, it is information, but the thing is like you got to look at the fine print on the FBI reward, because you got to give information that leads to the arrest, the indictment, and the conviction of the suspect. Well, my guy was already arrested. One, they already knew who did it because the FBI and what they had stated, and the two eyewitnesses, you know, who said, yeah, that's the guy that we saw. But I don't know if that would be and again, I mean, I take this like right back to the federal government. If it's federal government money, they don't like to hand that out unless they're going to look like a stone cold champ. Look who we're handing the money to. God bless the federal government. That's the federal government. I don't like the federal government, nor do I like law enforcement. They're treasonous. Everybody should, man. Everybody. Don't do that anymore, Nicolina. Don't. Oh man, what the hell? There we go. So confused by the second sketch. If the two witnesses saw the man and he was an older man, what? Well, again, George, this is what I answer like 50 times in every single video. Every morning when I wake up, I have to explain it to at least 5 people. Honestly, I do. George, it's for the reason of this reason. They wanted to end the investigation. They knew who did it. Local law enforcement knew exactly who did it at that point. When St. Louis got a hold of Carroll County, and they said, man, we arrested a man that was dressed like your bridge guy. Okay? Now, he looks like your sketch here. Looks like your sketch, too. Okay? He had never broken the law in his life, never been arrested, has no DNA or fingerprints in CODIS, just like your guy, Carroll County. Carroll County, do you hear me? just like your man. Could you send us photos? Bing. Started coming out on the facts. Is this your guy? Is this the man you seen? It is? Great. Thank you. That's why they ended the investigation, because they can't tell the public, George. They can't talk to the media. They can't say, well, we got DNA. He did it. Well, what'd he say? We can't talk to him. He's in another state and in jail, facing first-degree murder and life behind bars without parole. We can't talk to him till that case is complete. That timing, October 2020, jury trial set. Now, until he gets convicted, they can't go talk to him. State of Indiana can't talk to him. The FBI can't go in and talk to him concerning a different case because he's under representation by a public defender. Let me take you back. State of Indiana goes out to Colorado. We're sending investigators out to talk to Daniel Nations. We waited and waited. That following Monday, when we thought it would be, here comes the word. No, it was the Las Vegas shooting. And I'm like, geez, man. Why do people do this crap right when I'm waiting for stuff? Okay. But then they come out. We can neither confirm or, we can neither include nor exclude him as a suspect at this time. What? How? If you just talk to him, how? Well, I'm on the phone, man. Get a phone call from Daniel Nations, and I'm talking to Daniel. He's like, yeah, I didn't even get to speak to him, man, when they got here. My public defender turned him away at the door without consulting me because I wanted to talk to him. Now, we go to the first year press conference, which was not long after I had just talked to Daniel before he got back to Indiana. Go to the first year press conference. Doug Carter says, we sent men out to Colorado to talk to Daniel Nations. And right now we are not, I'm like, yeah, no. Because, he said, we sent men out to Colorado and we had a long sit-down talk with Daniel Nations. And I was like, that is a lie, because they never spoke to him. They had to extradite him back down here to, was that Greene County? Johnson County, Indiana, before they could talk to him. After they was done, woo-whoop-de-woo, he sent right back to Colorado because he didn't have anything to do with it. But that's when I found out that the person who had committed the Delphi murders had never broken the law before. Never broken the law before in his past. Think about this. You got a guy out there who has committed at this time 5 murders. 5 murders that I can say. I don't know if that's all of them. It's just like me saying he had never broken the law. People hop right on. They never got caught breaking the law. Well, I get it, man. And I get it. I'm not stupid, but yeah, I understand. So the whole of this is this, man. They cannot go down and talk to my suspect. And until they can go down and talk to him, because they want his information. They want to know what he knows. They want to confront him with the evidence that they have. If he's going to say, I didn't do it, they say, well, you need to explain all this to us there, Mr. Bruce. Okay? And they want to buy into a confession. Confess, man. Because the thing is he's never going to get out of prison. When he's convicted down there, he's going to be doing life behind bars in Missouri. That's the simple fact of it. Up here, Delphi, Evansdale, look, man, all that's going to do is add to what he's already done. People are going to that adds on. Makes him a bigger killer. I don't know. There's got to be some amount of, I don't know if you call it pride, or I don't know what monsters call it. But they get off on the fact that they killed, and after they're caught, they want their crimes to be known. They didn't go do it for no reason, man. There's a motive. There's a motive behind these killings. That's why when I first seen the pictures of the guy there in Delphi, first thing that hit me, sexual motive. Why? Because an older man just doesn't go out and go, yeah, man, I'm upset. I'm just going to go kill people. I'm just going to go kill 2 little girls. Those people don't run around in our world. They do, but they're not really human. I ain't touching that with a pole, Nancy. In fact, Nancy, I was just asking, but I mean, I don't think you're going to gather much from this channel. Okay, do we got any more questions? Anybody? Anyone with a question? And you know what? I'm going to do this, man. I mean, like somebody that asked me like a really good question, a really, really good question, like one that I never heard or answered 100 times. You know what, man? I'll dedicate the video to you. I don't know, George. Why would I? You know, wouldn't it depend upon the circumstances? Do you think I know this dude? You think I hang out with him? That he's a good buddy of mine? No. I don't know crap about him like that. I don't know a damn thing about him like that. No, I didn't. Put it back up. Let me scroll back up there a little. That? No, Lily, I don't even see your question. I didn't. The lady that was walking her dogs didn't say anything to anyone outside of law enforcement. And the only thing that I understood that she had told law enforcement was the details of his face. That's all I got. The fact that she was afraid that the guy might know where she lived at and come to try to kill her, things of that nature. But I didn't sit and talk to her. If I had walked, say she was like, and I would walk over to her. Hi, ma'am. Look, I just wanted to, just between you and me, she would probably walk away because law enforcement told her, do not talk to anybody about this. Period. And that was probably already on her mind of like, you know what? It took me a long time to tell you. So yeah, flannel shirt guy, lady walking their dogs. I don't know anything, nothing. And it wouldn't matter if I asked. They wouldn't even talk to me about it. They wouldn't talk to nobody about it. Those are questions that cannot be answered. Yeah. It's probably so somebody keep going, well, man, is this guy's eyes are, well, go ahead, keep going. Yeah, again, man, it's ending the investigation. Yeah, Greeno talked to her. Yeah, and you know what she said? Yeah, I can't answer anything on that. No. Yeah, I ain't talking. It's one thing to talk to the lady. But again, I'm throwing out there, she is not going to tell you anything. Nothing. Nada. I don't know. You know what? I have something that I would like to throw out on that. TB was a Christian pastor. Now think about this. A Christian pastor at a church. Now, for reasons unknown, because I don't know. Now, there's people out there that do know. But the thing is he quit pastoring. Okay? Now, what drives this in my mind is the fact that whatever happens to TB, he goes the opposite direction to. Christian pastor, well, look at his crimes. 2 examples of 2 girls being murdered innocently. You know, 2 innocent little girls being murdered. He goes to a Catholic supply store and has the 3 women in there to perform sexual acts on him. The one refuses, he kills her. What does he do to the other 2? Butt sex. You know, the great evil from the Bible. The date selected, 13. The first one, Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th. You talk about bringing bad luck. There it is, right there. Now, he had just lost his job 1 month prior to that. And he goes up there and again to a small trail, does this, commits murder upon 2 innocent children. Now, we go 5 years in the future. He's got a different job. He files bankruptcy, which was in the Evansdale FBI the Evansdale FBI profile of the suspect, that he may have been experiencing financial issues. There was another one, job-related issues, mental problems. Well, those 3 right there, all TV, every single one. He had financial problems. He had just lost his job, man. He had just filed bankruptcy. You know, the guy wasn't right in the head. Look in the past here. Look at what I'm saying. So I think that it's like one of those things that, like, whatever happens, man, he goes the opposite. Okay, Christianity, it didn't work for me. Guess what? Satan. You see, the 2 girls could have been a sacrifice in each case. We don't know. But what I'm saying is, man, is there's this side of TB here, the one that everybody sees, man, that he's a nice guy. He's friendly. He's loving and caring of his wife and friends. I would never, ever believe that he would do that. His wife said that. I can't believe that he would do anything like that. I am so distraught. I apologize to the families. You know, she could not comprehend that he had did that. Nobody could. A guy that had worked with him said, if I didn't know they had the right guy, I would swear they had the wrong guy, because Thomas Bruce is such a great guy. Such a nice guy. The person that I called said the identical, you know. He was a nice, friendly guy. He would always stop and talk. He was so cheerful. So, you know, but then there's this other side to TB. I mean, that's an evil man. That's a very evil man. And it's like, well, where does that side stem out of? Was it his raising? Was it his mom? Like Ed Kemper? I mean, you know, what would cause this? I don't know. I have no idea. I think that I asked that question to him one time, like I was kind of at a loss as to why, you know, as to what made these things go into play. But let's see. Yeah, you know what, right, but I couldn't imagine anybody, you know, complying. It's a very evil man. Well, it wasn't from the pivotal point, Paul. Actually, it's from the bend right there. The pivotal point is the secondary entrance. You are quite a distance from the Monon High Bridge at that point. You can't see it from there. But, you know, it goes down like that, and then it's got a curve before it goes back. Well, you can stand back here, and then you can look down and see the bridge, the railroad bridge. Then you can look back behind you and see all the way back to the secondary entrance, you know, and see if anybody's coming. You know, so it gives you like leeway, like, yeah, I can get across that bridge, go over there and hustle them down the other side. You see where I'm at? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And it's very true. I mean, he looked, in fact, there's some photos of him. I'll go pull one up right now. Quick second here. Quick moment. Let me scroll down it. Like right here. Wait, is it even going to pull up? Oh, probably not. Oh, wait, here it comes. There. Now, that, people, looks like a cheerful, happy guy. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong, man. That looks like the happy guy next door. But, wait, could you guys see that at all? Hang on. Let me pull that back up, man. Didn't want to, there you go. See, now right there, he looks like a happy guy. I mean, if I seen him walking down a trail, I mean, you know, I wouldn't think crap about it. Hey, how you doing? Blah, you know, just no big deal. Now, here's the nickels. And mind you, it's just the nickels. But, see, look at this. Thomas Jefferson, okay? Thomas Jefferson, Liberty, 2017, with a D under it. Allow me to elaborate. Thomas, from Jefferson County, that's where he lived, killed Liberty in 2012 or in 2017 in Delphi. I can't drive 55. Need I say more? Because I think that is exactly what was being implied with that little meme with the double nickels there. Explain yourself. Alaska Blue, get ready. Start explaining. Get him out of here. Send him on. Yeah. Post my face wanted dead or alive. I mean, what the hell? Oh, no, buddy. That ain't what you said. You said it would be a hilarious debate. Alaska, get him out of here. I don't want him here. Send him on. No, man. When people show up for reasons like, hey, I want you to come back and give me a thumbs down, man. I like to keep track of the people that I send on like that. And I like having the views, too. I ain't gonna lie. Well, right. That's what I'm saying. That is kind of exactly where I'm going. Because Christian pastor, Satanism. Bad day, Friday the 13th. Lost my job, go and do it again on the reverse date. Now, I'm going back, and I think the year was 68, maybe 1969. Anton LaVey, who was the, I don't know what you call him, president, priest, or the Pope of Satanism, whatever it was, he'd said in an interview, we pretty much now run television. But in a short while, all people will be programmed through their television. I don't own a television. I don't watch television because I know how a television sways people's minds. They watch a sitcom. The sitcom's driven by left-wing propaganda. Well, they sit and watch it because whenever somebody says something, the laugh track goes, ha, 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 ha. And they're like, oh, that's funny. Oh, that's really good. Yeah. Well, when they sit and watch that show and other shows just like it, and this show and that show, well, they start to think like these shows have them to believe. The one thing that will program a person's mind, television. And music. And music the same way. That's why music died in 88. Today it's like, and I'm all like, what in the shit is that? oh, dude, that's and I'm like, well, don't play it anymore, man. Don't play that crap. That's made for really stupid people. That's what I look at, man. That isn't even music, man. Oh, yeah, it's music. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. No, it isn't. And I won't have that jammed up my backside. I know what music is. People, listen, man. Listen to this. I waited, man. I waited a few months, man, to see this movie. I know, man. I know. I don't really watch movies or nothing, okay? But this one I did want to see, and it's called Yesterday. If you get a chance to see Yesterday, it's about the Beatles. Freaking love the Beatles. And, well, okay, this dude, and he's riding his bike and everything, and like all the power in the entire world goes out for 12 seconds. Bang, he wrecks his bike, wakes up in the hospital, and nobody knows who the Beatles are. It's like he's in a different reality. You see where I'm at? So since he's a musician, he starts writing the Beatles music, word for word, exactly like it was. And he's like, yeah, anyway, man, fantastic movie. Fantastic movie. If you love the Beatles and you know what? I mean, it couldn't have been wrote better. I mean, honestly, in my opinion, I really loved that movie. Please watch Yesterday. And his girlfriend manager in that, oh my God, she was just so adorable, even for a younger woman. She really was. Please watch Yesterday. It's a good movie. No, Nicole. The 90s was not good. The 90s was the beginning of hell. I mean, am I the only person here that remembers Bill Clinton? I mean, am I the one that watched like everything die? Like literally, music became like, God, what do you call that crap that they played on the radio? Well, whatever it was, man, it just started becoming that. It just become like techno pop synthesizer garbage with people singing over the top of it. Music died, man. Music died probably before 88. Yeah, exactly, Sue. That's the question I answer every single time. Every single time, Sue. Exactly every single time. I would expect them to serve warrants because they got DNA. Allow me to explain again. I'm not going to. I'm not really going to. I did it earlier. Sue, if you don't mind, like after, we finish watching here, go back and watch the rest of this video, before this part. You will like the one part where I explain that for the bazillionth time. No, it don't. No, it don't. 12 cut. Look. Now, and on this, I'm going back to my interview that I did with Sheriff Lesenby. It's one of the first ones that I did on this channel. If you go to my channel, and then click videos, go all the way down, and it should be about one of the first ones that I ever did. It was my interview with Tobe Lesenby. Now, he had told me at that time, because I asked about DNA. Well, yeah, we're kind of at the mercy of the labs. All right. Okay, you're at the mercy of the labs on that. Okay, got you. Now, because I know that they can fast track and get that back pretty quick, real quick, within 10 days, they can get that. Okay. Now, at that time, it had been like, I don't even know how long. I mean, I'd have to go back and check the, date that went up. But I had asked him how the FBI was helping in this case. Well, they're here. I mean, they're doing an investigation. They did CSI. They're also helping with forensics. And I'm like, whoa. So you got the FBI doing your forensics, and you're at the mercy of the lab, and it's been this long, and we know that you've had that since this time, but you're not, with the DNA. Oh, yeah, well, right. Well, no, I see what you're getting at. I mean, I see what you're saying, but, And, hey, man, can we change the subject? I mean, it was one of those things. He wasn't going to talk on it. I didn't know they had DNA until the investigator showed up at my house, and that was in July of 2017. Now, I'm looking at him, and I'm like, dude, look at me. Blue eyes. Do I look at all like the bridge guy? Seriously, do I? Of course not. There's everybody here that will tell you I was here that day. Didn't really go anywhere. Found out the following night. You got the wrong place, sir. Well, yeah, I'll give that to you. You're probably right, but we can't clear you without a DNA sample. I said, well, guess what? You ain't getting a damn DNA sample from me. Well, they might want it anyway. This is good. You know what? If they're going to go in with a picture of me and get a judge to sign on for a warrant saying that they demand my DNA, tell them I'll own their ass. You hear me? Fair enough. Bye. So he left. Never heard another word from him. That's fine, man. You know what? They can stand on that. Say, you're still a suspect. I don't give a shit. I don't care what law enforcement says. They can jam that up their backside. No different than the rest. I don't like law enforcement. And there it is. Cece Moore is your hero? You know what? I like Cece. And she's pretty cute, too. She's kind of got a Madonna look to her. I like Madonna. You know, I'd Dennis Rodman Madonna. I would, man. I would, man. I'd graffiti that backside. I'd run it for Dennis Rodman, honestly. I don't care about thumbs down. Hey, when I send people on, I demand you come back and give me a thumbs down. That way I know how many people I send on. Me and Wolf, we take pride in those thumbs down. I'm like, look, Wolf, yes. See those thumbs down? They're all views, little bear. All views. Precious little views. And Mike Cunningham's out there, man, switching accounts to give me thumbs down. And I'm like, thanks, bro. Thanks. Appreciate it. God, man, damn it. You know what, 12 cut, there's only so many billion ways I can answer this question, pal. How do you want me to answer it? How this time? Differently? Why would they keep the tip line open? Because if they close the tip line, people will say, why? Why did you close the tip line? Do you know who it is? Get the media. They know who did it. Jeez, dude. Yeah, hey, man, if you guys are going to talk Madonna, I mean, I was just talking, I mean, like, she's really hot. I don't listen to her crap. I wouldn't listen to any of her music. Jeez, man. I was born in 65. I mean, I'm old enough, I know what freedom is. I'm old enough to remember music. Okay, so anybody got another good question now? I do like answering questions. I really do. But I got to have questions like, pop up and stuff. Any question, honestly. I mean, as long as it's not... Well, then, you know what? See? Lily remembers, it's not like we remember total freedom. I mean, it was gone before we got here. But we certainly remember a fair amount of freedom that is entirely gone today. Today, you lived in the land of laws, man. That's America now, the land of laws. We have more laws against our people than any nation on earth. Any. That's right, any. Yeah, any. Okay? Now, what really bothers me about police is this. Law enforcement will arrest somebody for a victimless crime and send them to prison. That's called treason. That's called treason. Kevin Hammond, treason. Came to my house, man. Came to my house and arrested me. Arrested me for marijuana. Walked right in. I says, dude, what in the are you doing in my kitchen? Oh, I can be here. No, you can't. Get your ass the hell out of my house. Well, you're under arrest. Let's go. Because Kevin Hammond is a treasonous little. All of them are. Well, I mean, I like Tobe. Tobe's cool. Tobe comes off as a cool guy. Kevin Hammond, he's a. Oh, no way. Oh, right on. Antonius, man, yes, dude. Yes, Israel. Yes, Israel. Man, there are no hotter women on earth than Jewish women. I don't even know why. Ever since I was like a little kid, man, Jewish women are just so hot. They just are, man. And I don't know why. I mean, I'm not genetically, I mean, you see where I'm at? I'm not, but God, they are, man. I mean, like even the nanny. I always had a thing for the nanny. God, I have a thing for every Jewish woman. I really do. I've never seen an ugly Jewish woman. Yeah, man, I mean, like if I had my way, I'd be living over there somewhere in Israel. And I'd be Jewish. And I'd be married to a Jewish woman. No doubt about it. Well, there it is. Okay. Guess what? This show is dedicated to Chris Gideon right there. This show is dedicated to that man right there because he knows what the Constitution says. That is the reward for treason. But you know what? You couldn't say that when Obama was president. People go, oh, you're talking about lynching a black man. No, I'm talking about hanging a treason. That's what I'm talking about. I don't give a crap what color they are. They could be yellow, white, or anything in between. I don't give a crap. When it comes to this country, that's what I'm about. Freedom. Freedom. Because if it isn't freedom, it's treasonous crap. And that is law enforcement. And you know what? Here's the thing. People that watch TV, I got respect for the people in blue. I do. I care about them because they protect and no, they don't. They don't protect and serve dick. They won't do crap for you. Nothing. What they will do is they will arrest you and take your money. They're great at that. They're revenue collectors. That's what they are. They are revenue collectors in blue. They belong to the Blue Boy gang. That's what they do. And anybody that stands up for that or calls them like great and all this and that, blah, 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 just leave my channel because you know what? It won't put up with it for long. Did you miss Delphi? Okay, any questions remaining out there? Anybody just throw them at me? Oh, wait. Let me get back over here. Nope, that ain't it. Oh, wait, yeah, it is. Hey, there you go. Bam! Guess who that is, people? That's my little... Oh, wait. Hang on. Crap. Man, okay. There's my little woofer. Yeah. See, he's got the little thug glasses on and the blunt in his mouth, man. My little woofer. Yeah, he looks really good. That was taken with a pit. Yeah, I know he is. Yeah, totally. I know, man. My heart melts. And you know what? I mean, here, sadly, because he doesn't like me to just go pick him up and love on him, man. He won't, man. He'll be laying there all asleep and everything, and I'll go over and like, hey, man, what are you doing, man? Yeah, you gotta let him wake up. You know, once he's awake and everything, man, then he's just like on the couch staring at me. You know, I gotta do that all day, man. What, man? You got everything, dude. Food, water, we played, you went out. You know? Okay. He is, well, 100 in dog years. Thanks for being here, Leslie. Yeah, I do too. Yeah, he's 14. See, he turned 14 on July the 4th, and in dog years, that made him 100 on August 26th, which, by an act of irony, I want to point that out, was International Dog Day. You know what? How weird, man. He's born on the 4th of July, America's Independence Day, and then on his 100th birthday, the International Day of Dog. And I'm like, dang, man, you got it made, bro. You got it made, you know? Shit. Perhaps so, because I've ate almost exclusively pig for the last 11 years. Every single night, I had 3 pork chops. 3. I backed that up with about a quarter gallon of ice cream, a lot of candy, and not a lot. I'd probably have 3 to 4 sodas a day. I don't eat great, but this is what I did, because when I went to the hospital the other night and they removed the impacted area and such, the doctor's like, yeah, you're probably going to be sore down there for a little bit. And I'm like, well, you know what? There's never been anything jam dipped in there. And well, I can take that back. 2 doctors, actually, you know, but it's like, yeah, man, hey, don't wiggle your finger, dude. But anyway, he says, you know, you might want to take in some bran. I'm like, bran? I don't know the last time I looked at bran, sir, but I did get to thinking about my diet, and tonight, actually, I went over to Delphi and I bought 4 things of vegetable juice. So I'm going to start taking in vegetable juice. Yeah, I did, but I had to, man. I mean, I had to go to the hospital. Seriously, I mean, it was an issue. There was nothing coming out, and I mean, I knew it was from the jerky that I ate, man. I knew that all that like the particles of meat and everything had just plugged an area up. I was getting very sick. The one day, 2 days prior to going to the hospital, I rode my bike over to Burlington. I about died coming home. Literally, I about passed out like 5 times. Thought I was going to not make it. I felt dead. And, you know, and it just was worse and worse. And I'm like, I gotta go to the hospital, man. I gotta get this checked out, because it was not getting taken care of by prune juice, laxative, enema, none of that crap. Yeah, I am too. Better ways than vegetable juice. Not really. I mean, hey, if I had somebody sit around all night and feed me like Brussels sprouts, yeah. You know, and when I picture that, I picture it being like Madonna, but not just Madonna. I'm talking like Madonna at the NFL halftime show at the Super Bowl. Wow. I bet she smelled good. I bet she smelled real good. Oh, I eat fruit. I mean, I eat fruit and all, but I mean, there's just those vitamins and stuff that you get. A Jewish Madonna. Think about that. Should have the nice prominent nose. God, I love a prominent nose on a woman. I just do. $5 worth? No, 5 pounds worth, Sue. 5 pounds of beef jerky. Yeah, that was my mistake right there. I never should have got so enthused by jerky. All right, hey, man, let's take it back to the case. Oh, hey, Greeno's here. Look, everybody. It's Greeno. Oh, he sure does, man. Oh, my God. You know what? I wish I had that video handy. I really do, because, hey, if it's out there, Greeno, if it is, Greeno, if you can go find that and send me the link, you'd be the greatest, like, moderator next to Alaska Blue ever. He's really a great editor and shit. Probably the best ever. I ain't making that up, man. I've seen some good editors. Nobody like Greeno, man. Greeno's like, yeah, it is on YouTube. Could you give me the link, please? Not at one sitting. No, it was actually over the course of about 2 days. So we can get that, and I wanted you guys to see that because, oh, by the way, I do play. Here you go. I mean, if you guys ever want to find me, go to nightink.com. Wait, where the hell did that go? It ain't even showing. I can't. Shit, man, I can't even copy that. I can't copy it, dude, because when I mouse over, it says show. Okay, well, I show, and then over here, you can't highlight it. Send it to me on Facebook. Let me just run over there and grab it real quick. Yeah, I know. But anyway, if you go to nightink.com, I'm usually there. I play in the tournament lounge at Euchre all the time under the name of Woofer. That's me. That's me right there. I play under his name because I want him to be involved. And when he wins, then I say, look, Woof, you just won again. You just got a trophy, little bear. Then he growls at me because he don't want me to wake him up. He's like too good for that and shit. All right. Here it is, everybody. Please check it out right here. Everyone knows Woofer's cool, and sometimes real cool. And when he's feeling real cool, he likes to play Tournament Euchre at nightink.com.
Did you hear that? What did he just say? He said he likes to play euchre at Nightink. Nightink.com, where he likes to play euchre.
So if you love the game of euchre the same way Woofer does, it's easy to do. Go to nightink.com, make an ID, log in, and go to Tournament Euchre. There you will have a whole room full of players to join. No, every one of those people. Such as
Jazzy,
Gator,
Face,
and many others at nightink.com.
there you have it. It's Nightink. Nightink.com.
Everyone knows. Bam, back. All right, man. Thanks, Grino, man. Appreciate you sending that. Change the screen to share. Okay. Okay. Well, what's wrong? Son of a bitch. All right, hang on. Well, everyone knows Woofer's cool, and sometimes real cool. And when he's feeling real cool, he likes to play Tournament Euchre at
90.com. Did you hear that?
Jeez, man.
What did he just say? He said he likes to play you.
Man, you know what? Screw it. Screw it. Yeah, man, I'm tired of pissing with it. I am. Yeah, good sound, no sound. It's too small. We can't hear it. Yeah. You know what? It don't work for me. Okay? It don't. So, anyway, thanks anyway, Greeno. No, I can play it on there. It ain't the point. It's like if I do play it on there, people won't hear it. People can't see it. It's five things to So anyway, man, let's get back to the subject at hand here, man. If we could get back to Delphi, because you know what? I mean, I could get on here any night of the week, and we could just sit and discuss Wolf and Euchre, things that matter, boxing. Oh. Yeah, on donations, you can use the super chat down there where you hit the little money sign and then that goes into YouTube money, or you can send to, let me get the link. This is my PayPal link. Now with PayPal, that goes like directly into PayPal, and that is the best way to donate, is to there. But I mean, if you got like a question that you want noticed, but sadly, like if I'm on StreamYard right here, it doesn't show up like it does on YouTube. You know, on YouTube, man, it really highlights that question. So, and I like that because when I'm on there, you know, I can get like right to their question. So does anybody have anything on YouTube? Because like I said, man, I done dedicated this show to Chris Gideon, you know, because he thinks like me. And do you want to know who my hero is? Do you? I'll tell you who my hero is. I have one hero out there, and his name is Icons. Icons is a good dude, man. I like Icons. Let me go get a picture of Icons. Because Icons is that guy, man. He's totally that dude. Bam. And they better have like, what the? No, sir. No. Oh, my backside. Whatever, man. Ah, man, whatever. Well, anyway, man, Icons, he's that guy, man. He is doing what my old channel was. I mean, he's talking about like the government. Oh, you know, Barbara J. Spicer tagged me in a post. I like that. But yeah. Well, actually, it's working against the government. I mean, if you are in treason, you are working against the freedoms initiated in this country. You are working outside of those lines, probably for another. It's not the same as being a traitor. It is, but it isn't. I mean, what I mean is, like, if you're a traitor, man, that means that you're fully in cahoots with this other side. If you're in treason, I mean, it's the same thing as that you are going against the principles of this nation. So I guess they both apply in a similar way. So anything on Delphi, because, like, seriously, the viewers are dropping, and they're dropping like flies right now because I'm sitting here just kicking time. Anything out there? Anything at all? Did people leave? Is everybody go? Okay. I have no clue. I don't really go out and talk to many locals concerning this, because if I was to go ask a local anything, like, what do you think about the Delphi murders, or what do you think about this or that? It's and don't take me wrong. I mean, like on a different channel, that would be fantastic because, like, street interviews are. I mean, while I say they're entertaining, but I don't think that you really get the information out of that, especially if you're talking about a crime like this. Because a lot of local people, they really have like a different way that they look at it. Say as an example, like law enforcement, we think of somebody local 18 to 40, most of them are going to be like up here affected by that because they're not really sitting around looking into this crime. They're not really in there looking for, I don't say a suspect, but looking into the people that are persons of interest in it. Well, Lily, this is how, because law enforcement doesn't listen to all the bullshit out there. They have no time or place for it, exactly like me. Zero. People don't walk in there and say, and start handing them Facebook garbage like they do me. Me, man, people will reach me on the email and start like, oh, man, what do you think about it? I'm like, yeah. Stop. Just stop, man. And if you don't mind, just go back to YouTube. Facebook, because I don't listen. And I know what Facebook is. And when people confront me with like just avid BS crap, oh, I heard a bunch of people did it. Or, I've heard some crazy stuff, man. And the reason for that is because they're on Facebook. They listen to BS, man. They listen to rumors. They listen, I don't. When somebody says, I heard, and I'm like, stop. I don't give a shit. Whatever you heard, I don't care. I really don't, because anything you heard, it came from somebody that didn't know anything. You donated, Victoria? Thank you. Thanks, man. I do appreciate it, as does Wolf. The donations actually I have right now at this time is kind of keeping the channel going monetarily, because I make like maybe one video a week, Tuesday nights. See where it's at. Tuesday nights, here I am. Now I started off a little bad, but hey, guess what, man? I'm on here getting stuff done. So yeah. See? And that's what I'm getting at. Because they're not sitting there looking over the internet. They're not sitting there listening to people that said, but I heard. I have to, because I'm online. That's how people reach me. And people will reach me. One lady reached me, and bless her heart. I mean, it's not that she was like, and I'm not saying any of them are bad people, but they're definitely confused because they will believe any run-of-the-mill thing that they hear. They want to go look up information on this, and they're on Facebook, and they got these big forums and people talking. Well, man, when they read through this and read through this and read through this and read through this, well, after a while, they think they understand the case. And then they come to me and say, well, what I don't understand is this. And they start telling me, and I'm like, whoa, they don't even get into it. I'm like, stop, man, stop. What you're talking about there is just pure Facebook garbage. Don't go there. Don't listen to that crap. Here's what you do. Anybody, if you're out there and you're watching this show tonight, this is what you do. Get on Facebook. Look up Delphi press conferences, law enforcement press conferences, Delphi, Indiana, the sketch. Watch the press conferences. Watch the briefing. Watch the interviews with law enforcement on this. Because that's where the information lies, right there. Now, when you know all of that, when you know every single one of those, all by heart, you're probably going to have an understanding of what happened. Now, if you didn't ever watch those, if you didn't really care, and you get your information off of Facebook, well, thank God you're here, because you should sit down, kind of be quiet, and kind of take in like my older videos, because those are the ones that relay the information. When I'm doing live, I really don't like live for obvious reasons. I'm sitting here, man, I'm unscripted. I just got to go off the cuff, man, by what people are saying. Now, I could sit here and repeat myself like every week, just a repeat of the words I did last week. But the thing is nothing gets done like that, man. It's just me repeating. I don't want to repeat. When I get to a point where I'm just sitting here repeating myself, and that's it, screw it. It's over. I mean, this right here is over until something happens or there's a break or something along that line. Because I don't want to be the guy that just sits and repeats himself. But if I get some good, honest questions, man. But the thing is that like most people, man, I've come to understand, they just don't know this case. They don't understand the full case. You know, they're running off of this and that they said, and it gets bothersome to me. It really does. Well, I try to, Alaska Blue. You see what we got here. All right. Well, it's not that I'm not interested in discussing anything else, Carol. That isn't it at all. The truth of it is that this case this channel right here right now is dedicated to Delphi. If I put up anything that does not involve Delphi, it gets thumbs down all day long. Don't matter how good a video it is, all day long, because people expect me to talk about Delphi. That is what this channel is. So now on Evansdale, I can draw it out again. In both cases, it's identical. You got two highways, 380 North Interstate. Over here, you got Highway 25. You go down them and you see there's a small hiking trail. Okay. You exit, you go to the hiking trail. Now, in Evansdale, he had stopped there, but there was two kids' bikes right there at the entrance. So he started hiking the trail, found the two girls, got him back to his vehicle, I believe under duress because he had a handgun, because the girl's purse and her cell phone were still there where they was at the trail, and their bikes were still parked up front. So I think that he got him back there under a handgun. Okay. Now, once he got him back to his vehicle, he took him out of there, of course, murdered him. And then he left their bodies by a creek in the woods. Now, the same identical applies here. The person's on Highway 25. They pull over, actually at the abandoned building, I think, so nobody could see where their license plate was from. That's exactly my thought. And he starts hiking. Now, he's there for, I guess it would be about 2 hours. If law enforcement is correct that he got there at about 12 noon. Because by about 2 o'clock, we know that he had already seen the girls, was following them, had carried that out, and was gone by 3 in 1 hour's time. So the cases, and let me follow that up, that the girls were abducted, just like in Evansdale, and they was found dead, just like in Evansdale, by a creek, just like Evansdale, on the reverse date, 7/13/12, 2/13/17, reversible dates. My bad, 5 fingers. Bam, bam. Odds of that, 1 in 100 years. That's the only time you're going to get a reversible date on a 5-digit number. Now, in both cases, June of 2012, he quit his job. Well, I say he quit. May he got fired. I don't know the reason. Lost his job at Schnucks' Grocery as a manager. The following month, while he's unemployed, Evansdale happens. 5 years later, he files bankruptcy in January of 2017. Resigned from his job that same month in January of 2017. The next month, Delphi happens. Now, I can draw that up on Delphi, okay? Because Delphi, if he's going to his brother, I got photos here. Hold tight, hold tight. You want to see this? Maybe. Let's see where they're at. No, that ain't it. Well, this is the route from Imperial to Fort Wayne. This is his brother's house, okay? Now, right in here is Delphi, right there. Now, I can't blow this up. Now, this is Montrose, Michigan, which sits just north there. Now, down here somewhere, maybe it's in here. looking here. Well, I had them here. I know that. Okay. Tomato, I don't right now. But the thing is if he is going from St. Louis up to Fort Wayne, he would go by Monon High Bridge Trail. I believe that he had stopped there. He felt secure. There was a little security there. If there was anybody there that seen him, and we know the one lady who did see him, okay, we know flannel shirt guy seen him, but he wasn't trying to be seen by him. He was just trying to get out of there. The one person did see him, but he knew the locals didn't know who he was. You see, wasn't nobody around Delphi that knew who that man was. Nobody. And that's like in the bag proof, because out of 46,000 people, nobody knew who he was. Not one soul. No one knew. But I can tell you this right now, there wasn't one of those 46,000 people that was pointing at somebody local that it was. There you go. Hold on one second, man. I got to grab a pop. Be right back. Can't wait to get started on that vegetable juice, man. Actually, it looks pretty good. So, yeah, exactly. Precisely. Exactamundo. Because if he would have been hit immediately. The FBI was right there. If he was from around there and anyone had any idea who that guy was, his ass would have been in jail like within a week. Absolutely. So it isn't somebody from around Delphi. It's nobody that ever worked in Delphi or lived, lives, or any other thing in Delphi. The guy traveled through Delphi and knew that trail, felt comfortable there, knew nobody local would know who he was. That was his reason for going there. Now, let me follow this up, that if he goes from St. Louis to his brother's house here, had stopped here, felt secure there. Now, on the day, the reverse date of Evansdale, he's gone because he lost his job the month prior, exactly like beforehand. Well, guess what? That day, he was headed to Delphi because that was a small trail that he knew of, just like Evansdale. You know what? Evansdale is about the same size as Delphi, almost identical as far as the amount of people. So he headed there, felt secure that he could go there, commit the same, and leave. And he did. And you know what? He was right back home by 6:30, if not before that. During date with the wife, was never missed one time. Oh, I have to. If it's to get a soda. Sorry. But you know what? I don't get a cigarette anymore. Ha 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 ha. Oh. Yeah, man. See, I don't want to like this, right? All right, I'm going to anyway. I ordered this week a profile vape with the profile RDA, with the profile mesh. Yeah. Man, you know what? I hear, man, the one dude said, man, it was the greatest flavor, man, that it was a 10 plus. He said he had never had anything that flavorful, that it was the bomb. Well, a friend of mine brought his over. He says, dude, I want you to check this out, man. I hit that. And I'm like, dude, whatever, man. I'm buying it. Just tell me what it is, man. Tell me what this is. Then I turned into Wolf, man. Damn near bit him. I mean, like, you know, would have just like gummed his hand a little bit, man. But well, actually, you know what? Actually, that particular friend, he's the reason I got my teeth pulled because he had his teeth pulled. And I don't think I'd never seen him with teeth. I'd never have, man. But I mean, like, he's got like the same, you know, where his mouth isn't all like, you know, all folded in and crap. Can't really tell unless you're like looking at him or he smiles. He's like, well, you can tell then. But Anyway, when I got mine pulled, I'm like, yeah, okay, man, why not, man? Dentures, oh yeah. I mean, 12 years, man, of drinking, man. You'd be amazed what happens to your teeth. You know what? Yes, exactly. And you know what, Greeno? That is what I was talking about. That is what I was talking about just not long before you got here, I think. It's because there are those two sides to him. There's that side that's nice, friendly, everybody likes. I can't believe that he would do anything like that. You know, I mean, he was so loving and caring. This is that one side of him, man. And on the other side, man, you got a satanic demon, a monster, a person that commits like sacrificial, like murder for Satan on the 13th, Friday the 13th, commits sodomy. Like, what kind of a Christian pastor would do that? They wouldn't. It's a flip side of a coin, man. But the guy isn't like schizophrenic. It would be noticed by people. People would know. I mean, you know, you have those when you're schizophrenic. If you meet somebody that's schizophrenic, even mildly schizophrenic, you can tell something ain't right. You see where I'm at? This guy, people didn't have that delusion of it. You know, they was like, man, he was just cool, man. He was a good guy. So there is those two sides of Thomas Bruce. Roman cat. Oh man, you do that all the time, don't you, Barb? You know, I have noticed that on Facebook that, like, you know, you all the time with the moon. That's cool. You know what? I go out at night when we got a moon, and I'm all the time out looking at it. I love to sit and watch the stars at night. Absolutely. Roman cats. I didn't even see that up there. But if you donated to my channel, man, thank you very much. Like I said, at this point, I mean, I just do a show weekly. That's it. I'm not really out trying to make the money on this, because if I was, I'd be doing a show every other night. I ain't doing that. But I don't really like doing live shows, and I don't really like sitting down and editing. And it's just one of those things that I'd rather sit down once a week and do a live show. You know, it just seems more, I can get to a point really quick. But I do want to make the final stance video that will have everything in it. But at the end of that, what I want to do is I also want to get to my added points, because the added points is a lot of what I want to get to. Well, it's thank you. You say keep the case alive, but online, yeah, but because a lot of people talk about this case. A lot of people do, man, and I don't know probably 1/10 of all the names, man. I know some of the people. I mean, I know Greeno, Randy. I don't know Incognito Society, but I do watch their channel. Also, we'll watch John Kelly Profiler here and there. But, you know, that's it. And I don't really care what people have to say. Incognito Society's not investigating. I don't really watch Randy's channel. And I do watch some of Greeno's and moderate on his. But me and Greeno, as far as this case goes, man, it goes back to the beginning. Like the very beginning. The very, very beginning. Because I got a hold of him, as he had said the other night. And, you know, and I'm telling him, like, dude, man, you're never going to believe what happened, man. You got to get back here. We got to make some, you know. And he's like, dude, I'm in Delphi. And I'm like, what? Because I thought I was reaching him in the Carolinas, you know. And I'm like, wow, dude, you must have flew. So, you know, me and him sat here for, God, man, if we put all that time together, well over a year, you know, just talking about this case, every little aspect of it. It kind of really drilled it into our heads. Well, no. I mean, yes and no. I mean, there's been cases, and probably the biggest one was like Helter Skelter with Charles Manson. I was 8 years old, man, right? 9. I was 9 years old when Helter Skelter came out on television. I mean, that was 7 years after it occurred, because I believe that was in 76 when they had the made for television. And I watched that, and it was a 2-night show because it was like 3.5 hours long plus commercials. So I watched that at a very, very young age, and I was really drawn to it because, I mean, there was the different things. One, I was 9 years old. Hey, here's this guy, Charles Manson, that has a bunch of women that'll do anything for him. I'm like, y'all give me that for a moment. You know where I'm at? I was a naughty boy, man. I just was. But it drew me into that case. I bought the book and I read the book when I was young, man. I didn't even understand half the legal words in there. I mean, you know, because it was wrote by Vincent Bugliosi, the LA prosecutor. But it got me into that. And then I read it again. And I read the book again after I had completed basic training. I was already in the Army, and I reread it. And I was always drawn to that case because there was a lot in that case. There was a lot in that case. And I mean, like, if you get the book Helter Skelter, all it is about the crimes and the murder and the assault. You know, it's very thick. And it goes into what they was looking at. I was drawn into that case and many others after that, but I never really spent the time like this case looking into them. They were already solved. You see where I'm at? There was no case where I was looking at where it was unsolved. But in this case, now it's solved. But again, they can't tell you that. Well, and I think that Greeno will back me on this. Man, it's Delphi, Indiana. Delphi. You know, you don't get 2 girls that die on a hiking trail. I mean, town of 3,500, people don't get murdered there. You know, I mean, like in any case that they do, you'd be looking at like Llewellyn Abbott. I forget the other 2. I think Greeno knows their names. The double homicide, the one that where Lesenby was the jailer. And then you got this one. But I mean, like, really, for a murder to happen in Carroll County like that, very, very, very rare, to say the least. I mean, like, over my lifetime, I'm surprised that there was 4 people that was killed. What, 5 maybe now? It's just one of those things that, like, you never see that that's going to happen. And when it does in your town, you think, well, they got all this evidence, man. You know, they got pictures of the guy. They got audio of the guy. They got DNA of the guy. They got, you know, they had so much in this case that I thought initially, oh, this guy's hit. This guy should be in jail before I get up in the morning. Time passes, man, and time just keeps going and going and going and going and going. It's like, what? You know, I don't get it. Well, and like I say, man, it's been like over 2.5 years of putting a lot of stuff together. And now I believe, you know, we're looking at who did it. I mean, and I'm telling you, I got 100% now on him. I was 98, but right now, I mean, after everything I've looked at, I'd lay my left arm against $100,000. That's him. I would. If you got somebody that's got $100,000 still on the line, I'm talking about a big roller, let them know. I'll throw an arm on it. I don't know what they'd want with my arm, but hey, I don't know. I'd like mounted on my wall, holding a vape. You know, I don't know, something like that. Yes, I do. They will have a third-year press conference on February 13th. And I will not be there because they won't let me in the door. They know who I am. They know what I'll say. And they watch my videos. I know you watch my videos. Because they want to know. How does he know? How does he know? Who's telling him? Who's telling him this? Actually, everything that I've looked up, everything that I've found, I have found from my computer. It just, you just know where to go, where to look, how to find it, how to find those things. And you just start putting the pieces together, man. I told Greeno before he went to jail last year, I'm like, dude, I'm pretty certain that this is our guy. Pretty sure it is. But I did not have his route at the time. But when I got his route, once I seen it went by there, That's when I was like, yeah, I'm 98% positive now. This is our dude. This is him. And that's when I started saying, this is Bridge Guy. This is that dude now. There is no holding back. He is that guy. Oh, really? Where was you going, Nicolina? I'm very intrigued with archaeology, especially around here. I found stuff. I find a lot of arrowheads and the like right here where I live. This right here was total Indian property where, I mean, I'm on top of a ridge that's got like a big creek that goes around it, and it's got the real low area where the animals would come in. They could go down and surround it like that. A lot of arrowheads right here. Oh, thank you. You know, and again, I think a lot of people, when I'm talking about Thomas Bruce, a lot of people, and I mean, I don't know, you know, I'm not saying like you exactly. However, you know, a lot of people, man, they get their information from Facebook, man, and they're just tore up here, believing this and believing that. Well, I heard that, and I'm like, I don't care what you heard, you know, and kind of send them on their way, because what they're dealing with is false information. Now, on mine, I'm dealing with facts. I mean, I want that to be known. I'm not sitting here making up facts, because the facts I'm stating come right from law enforcement, right from their mouth in every case. I can look at the picture. I can look right at the facts and say, these things right here are facts. How do they fit? And then I go through and I look, well, did this person commit a crime? Do they look like the sketch? I mean, are there, you know, you can go through into all this criteria and mark somebody out rather quickly. Now, if you can't, then you can keep looking. But you keep looking until you can say, yeah, they did not do it. Or this is still open, man. This guy's over here and it could be him. But after so long of being, it could be him, it could be him, it could be him, the more that it starts coming together, there it just keeps growing. Yeah, maybe him. It most likely is him. I think this is our guy. You know, this way I'm to a 98%. Look, this is, you know, it comes down to how much fits. There is nothing, not one thing that does not fit my suspect, because he is that dude. And he will be that dude. And when he is that dude, on both cases, this is what I want. Raise your hand. Raise your hand, people. Get it up to where I can see it. Okay. Now, when he is that dude, when he's the suspect, man, that has got double murder charges filed in Evansdale and Delphi, Indiana, for every single reason that I have given you and told you about, and exclaimed, screamed, and even shut my PC off out of anger. Remember, I told you. That's what I want. I want people to go, he was fully right. John Kelly was wrong. That dude was right. That will be my payment. Thank you. I seen your hands go up, and I know who didn't too. Yeah, I know who didn't. I got my eye on you, man, like CPO Sharky. Yeah, see? Here we go. Do you know why you didn't get notified, Mama Bear? Do you want to know? You do? Okay. It's because YouTube won't notify you. That's why I set a time. That's why I set a time. Now, I didn't on this one because I had to shut down earlier, but I did come back. I did make it back. And Greeno just took off again. Yeah, you're not going to get notifications, people. This is why I give it time. At 5 o'clock every Tuesday, bam, I'm live. If you're waiting for a notification, you're going to get here late and go, I didn't get notified. You know why? YouTube don't notify you. They won't. They don't like to notify people. They're not cool with that. No. There it is. Can you get that? See, man, what's it doing? Why is it doing that to me? Okay. Yeah, it ain't letting me chat. I can't chat. Am I live? Am I live? Anybody? Oh, I guess it did pop up. Well, it's my PC, I guess. Okay, there you go. I see. No problem. No problem. No problem. Oh, hang on. I just seen a question, I think. Okay, Nancy Key, if you could re-ask that question, copy and paste it, put it down here, I will get right to it. Okay, I promise. Thank you very much, AJ Doman. 317, probably Indianapolis, I would think. Although I could be wrong. I mean, you know, there could have been like 316 AJ Domans before you. I know how that works. That's why I'm Mr. Cat 420. There was 419 Mr. Cats before me. You see where I'm at? He's lying. Yeah, see, man, I knew something was up, Greeno. I knew something was. Oh, really? Ah, right. Okay, man, we got to show me, dude. We got a guy from the show me state. And you know what? Well, I would love to show you all, man. I'm going to have to wait, man, until probably by January or February. This also crossed my mind. I think that given the time that they would get down there to speak with the suspect in St. Louis, it might be to get everything set up so that they could announce it on the 4-year press conference, where they could draw everybody in and say, ladies and gentlemen, we got him. And I think that would be cool. Because while I don't like law enforcement, because of the way that they will arrest somebody for a victimless crime, just like me, send them to prison for the reason of, was I hurting myself? So you want to send me to prison where I could die or maybe get sodomized or some crap? You know, they're evil, man. I mean, somebody needs to take a cop that would do something like that out in that country and just beat the living his ass. Because they're evil. They're treasonous. And I don't like them. I do not like cops. There is not any cop that I really like. Thank you. My brother / uncle was the head detective in Kokomo, Indiana. Didn't like him. Told him to his face, I don't like you, man. I don't like you, bro. You got a problem with that? Let's box. Let's box, man. Do you know why? Because they want the media there. Do you know why? Because the media will ask what they want. Do you know why? It's legal because there are pieces of 12 cut. That's why. People talk to me like that, man. I can't reach through YouTube because if I could, my ass would be in prison right now. Oh, really? You know what? Also Hitler's birthday. I'm just saying, but it is. It really is. And on Facebook, on Google as well. My birthday is 4/20. That's what I list because I never list my real birthday. Well, exactly. Well, no, that's the point, man. I've known for like years, decades, that the mainstream was just going along with the government. whatever the government was going to do, man, there's the mainstream media going, all right, man, hey, the federal governments, they care, man. It's just like civil rights. Civil rights are a joke, people. When you hear somebody like civil rights, stand up for civil rights. Oh, you mean the shit the government gave you? Hey, well done. Good. You know what side I'm on? Human rights. Because human rights are top dog. Civil rights, jackass shit, man. Civil rights. GH? Where's GH? And don't stalk Mama Bear, man. Okay. Whoever GH is, get him out here. They don't need to be here. I give him the boot. Oh, and please don't ever use the term bullied. Oh, what, man? He's already out here. How could he be on here bullying? And look, nobody gets bullied. I hate that term. I really do. We got to stop bullying. Oh, you mean throw the parents in prison? Yeah, that'll fix it. People are idiots, man. And why? Because they follow the mainstream media. They eat that shit up, man, like it's Facebook information. We got to stop bullying. No, you need to quit being babies. You know what? Tell your kid to make a fist and fucking hit that dude right in the face. That'll fix him. That'll stop it. They'll go, hey, you know what? Let's don't do that to that dude, man. He takes it really serious, man. I got a deviated septum, man. I don't like that bullying shit. It's just a bad term created by fucking mainstream media. People that use it, man, they watch too much television. Thank you, AJ. AJ, what are your thoughts on TB being the Delphi suspect? I mean, I'm just asking. You know, because I mean, I've seen your name multiple times going back over quite a while. But just if you could say, yeah, maybe, yes, no, whatever, just let me know. Throw it up down here. And I'll pop it up so the world can see it. 76 people, man. Could anybody tell me how many thumbs I have up? $75. God, I hope it's over 60. Okay, anybody, anything on the Delphi case? I want to wrap this up in 15 minutes. 15 minutes, we'll be out. Let's get some questions rolling, man. Bring them on. I'd hit that like button, but actually I can't. 56? Okay. 56, man. Jeez. 75 people here and 56 thumbs up. 56 more. I know, man. I know, man. Well, I appreciate that, but you know what? Here's a question. I mean, this is one that I have. This is a question that I have for everybody. I don't know why, of all the channels that are discussing Delphi, the Delphi murders, why I am the only one that is talking Thomas Bruce. When I've laid out all this information and these people investigating, do they not know? I mean, at this point, if I sit down and I watch like my suspect summary Delphi murders video, the 18-minute one, I would have said, oh, holy shit, that guy's got him. You know, because I'm looking at the information and how it pertains. You got to know the information of the case, You got to know the criteria and the facts of the case. And when you know all that, and then you're looking at this guy that fits every one, hardcore, right down to the FBI profile, it's like, yeah, that dude, that's him. The dude's got him. Now, why am I alone on that? The other day, somebody wrote on the WKRT chat thing that has my WKAT on it, And I believe that I'm going to just have Greeno take that down because it's just been filled with like Facebook garbage. And I'm like, don't write this crap again. In fact, I'm going to delete it because if I see it again, man, I'll just close this thing down. I hate that, man. I don't like having my name anywhere on Facebook, anything. Easy enough to say. You know, who cares what other people think? I don't care what other people think. I don't. And that's why I tell people, hey, man, this is a free country. You can believe anything you want. But if you come to my channel and you know who I'm going to be talking about, then you come on here to say, well, I don't think it's your guy. Fine. You say it ain't my guy. But you come onto my channel to say that. Do you have evidence why? No, I just don't feel it is. Bye. Because you're getting banned. You're wasting my time. And you're not anybody that I want to talk to. And if you're a subscriber, guess what? You won't be anymore. And I could lose every subscriber. But you know what? I'm never going back off the truth, the facts, the circumstances, or the criteria, or the way I see it. Period. Had people come on here. Well, you see, you're not open-minded enough because you're just looking at one guy. Well, they say that for one reason. I'm not talking about the person that they think is the guy. Well, I ain't changing my mind. I ain't changed my mind unless I see someone better. Hey, if I seen somebody that fit this better than my guy, bam, I'd be over there. I'd be right over there. I'd say, people, I was wrong. I know. I thought that I could never be wrong. But apparently this time I was. Because it's this guy. Not who I thought it was, man. I was really misled. But I would back that up with he fit every single criteria of that case big time. Now, why am I the only one that's on that? I don't know. Apparently, these people just like making money off of videos because they're not really investigating, in my humble opinion. Oh, wait. Yeah. Oh, yeah. CE and GK. And there's another guy. But look, here was the thing. When I looked into CE as an example, I wasn't him. It didn't take me but a minute to I mean, look all you had to do. His eyes, one, have been arrested in the past. Two, I mean, there are things that if you know the criteria, you can like start checking right down the line. When one of them does not fit an actual fact of the criteria, well, you're probably looking at the wrong guy. You can't take somebody that don't fit and make them fit. You see where I'm at? Square peg, round hole, won't work. But when you find the guy that does fit, because at first I'm like, yeah, this fits, all this fits. This down here fits too. Yeah, I found this and this fits, and this here fits. You know, after a while, it's like the more it starts building. And then there comes the day. You know what? I think this is our guy. Well, that was a long time ago because I knew it was him on February 13th of last year because I was already talking about it before I went to the press conference, and that's why they stopped me. They was not going to have me mention his name. Period. Period. I kind of look at it like this, is that he was crossing the bridge. And honestly, aside of me, and I am that one guy, the one guy that does not carry a cell phone. I will not have one. I will not carry it with me. I will not have a cell phone where people can reach me any minute of any moment. I hate those things. I hate talking to somebody because when you're talking to them, ring, ding, ring. It's cool, man. Let's keep going. Hang on, man. This might be important. Now, hold on. You know, and then they got to sit there and talk to the person on the phone because anybody can reach you at any time. You're taking a crap. Hello. Oh, I was taking a crap. Oh, well, no way. I'm taking a crap. No way. Let's Facebook this. Cell phones. Everyone has a cell phone. Well, if you're crossing a bridge and the girl's got a cell phone, whoop-de-doo. I mean, if you see my point, so what? Everybody's got a cell phone. Well, the only reason we look back and think, like, well, why didn't he know it's a cell phone? Well, everybody's got a cell phone. What he didn't know was that she put it on video record. And that's why she's a hero. That's why we can sit here and look at that video of him. We can listen to the audio of him. We can see how he was dressed because she did that. And she knew that he was a threat when he was crossing that bridge. She already knew that. They had had words prior to. I'd lay smart money to it. Because when he's crossing that bridge toward him, she knew that he was a threat. And again, I can go pull this picture up. Hang on real quickly. Let me show you the guy's face again here. Well, not that one. Hold on. Right here. Now, that guy right there, people, does not look like a threatening guy. Tell me I'm wrong. He don't look threatening. He looks pretty happy. If I seen him walking the trail, hey, how are you? You know, yeah, beautiful day for a hike. You wouldn't think that that guy right there would be like somebody that would do something like that. You just wouldn't. He seems like a very friendly guy, you know, but he is not that guy. Now, I think that when they came in, I think that he had said something to him. I think that they just, let's keep going. You see where I'm at? Let's get away from this guy. But when that guy started crossing the bridge and he kept looking behind him and he was walking rather fast, they knew that there was a reason he was looking behind him to see if anybody was coming. And they knew that. And they're like, oh, here comes that guy, man. Why does he keep looking behind him? And he's looking to see if somebody's coming, man. He's coming to do something. That's when she probably stuck her phone on video record, because if he was coming over to say something or this and that, she wanted to get that on audio, which occurred, you know. But the simple fact was he was coming over there for a different reason. And if they knew that, they would have left. They would have left, man. And, you know, this guy is a monster. He's got flip sides. And again, on that, once he got over there to that south side, what did he say? He said, guys down the hill. You don't talk to two young girls being that age. He's the same age as I am. He wouldn't walk up and say guys down the hill unless they had had prior words. I will tell you why. And this is what I was getting at earlier with Anton LaVey back in 1969 when he was in an interview. He had said that, like, in Satanism, things are in reverse. If you hear satanic messages and music, they're in reverse. They say things in reverse. Reverse has a order in Satanism. As above, so below. It's a reverse thing. They use reverse in a lot of ways. It is, I don't know, I don't want to misquote what it is in Satanism, but it's a thing with the reverse. Now, the guy was a Christian pastor, and now he goes out on Friday the 13th, 2 murders done on the 13th. The third one, the Catholic supply store, was on Route 66. You see where I'm at? He committed two counts of sodomy. He was a Christian pastor. Now, that sounds very satanic. And on a reverse date, yeah, it plays in satanic to me. I think that's Charles Eldridge. He's Charles Eldridge. I think he was from over around Greentown or somewhere out in there. Yeah, he's got it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. And you know what? I think that John Kelly Profiler had brought that up, man, that the guy was a control freak. He liked positions of power. And I think that handgun, very meaningful into that. Because when you're holding a handgun, you know, and it don't matter who it is, you know, it could be a very big guy. But if you got a handgun on him, man, you got him under control. You know, it's power. It's power in your hand. Now, I don't think that he was there to shoot anybody or like that, but it was used as power. You're going to do what I say. You do what I say, you'll be okay. You do as I say and you'll live, but don't mess around. Listen to me. I got a gun. That's exactly the way that John Kelly had put it. And I agree entirely with him because it is. Oh, yes. Yes, it is. And it was a surprise to me. My chat was not functional in the first one, so I had to bail out of there and come back and made it, but everything was under control. So here I am live. Well, don't do that again. God, I don't know why he does that. I really don't. He's a great dog, but he really likes to claw into my couch. Just this one little spot, man, and he likes digging like the foam out of it. And I got up to one morning and I'm looking at that and I'm like, holy shit, man, did like a squirrel in my house? What the hell? I'm looking at my couch, man, like little pieces of like foam that was dug out of that hole. No, we've seen that little hole, man. He's like, I don't know, man. I think he's trying to dig a big asshole in it. Anyway, this is my dog Wolf. But that ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't it. Wait, where is it? Oh, there it is. And let me go to wait, that ain't it. Oh, there it is. That's my little bear, the woofer. All thugged out and stuff, man. He's trying to, I don't know, be like Snoop Dogg or something, man. Yeah. Yeah, that's my little baby bear. It was taken with the Pentax camera. Loved that. Man, love that camera. 81 pictures, man. Do I have 70 thumbs? Do I? Because when I hit 70 thumbs, I'm out of here. I'm gone. Later, man. See you around. Okay. Well, okay, I said I was going to end at 10:30, so let me put it out here like this, man. I got for one more question. I need a good question, man, a real good question. Somebody threw a really good question at me. I need that question because I done dedicated this show to Chris Gideon. Man, he's up here, man. He's got that stuff happening. I need a really good question, y'all. And I will wrap this up, and I will say thanks for being here this Tuesday. Y'all have rocked. I mean that. I mean it. Except for that one dude that I had, he was just here to be a little dick. It was Cunningham. We know who it is. He's a little bizzatch. But, I mean, like every week he does give me 14 thumbs down. I mean, it's not like I can complain. He does me well. Did Chat die? Oh, I gotta move this down. I'm sorry, everyone. No, 64. Oh, geez, man. 64 thumbs up and 81 people. Are you people like, you can't hit a like button? If I go to anybody's channel, the first thing I do, because I'm there, is hit that like button for them. Man, people showing up at my channel and not liking and stuff, man. You know what? If I could reach through YouTube, man, I would. I'd be in jail right now. There would be the judge. Well, you did reach through YouTube and you did hit the man. Yeah, I did, but he had it coming. He didn't like my video. Oh, is this true? Me? Are you asking me? The first time? You was with me the first time. Greeno is trying to get in a good question. No, man. Greeno, I think me and Greeno was out there first time together. And we made like right across. Now, I mean, the first time that you cross it, it's like, whoa, wow, okay, you got a missing tire, oh, shit, it's like one of those. But after you can just scramble right across. It ain't all that hard. But, man, you can ask Tony, man. We took Tony out there. And he was really leery, really leery. And he slipped. And I mean, like Greeno's all like, holy crap, man. He had like panic in his eyes because you're way up there and you notice that, man. I mean, like when you notice and you look over the side, it's like, holy shit, I'm up there. I'm way up. Like the water's like this deep. Oh, hang on, man. I mean, you know, it's only like so deep, man. You go off like 70 feet and hit that water. You're breaking your legs, regardless. It's going to mess your ass up. Oh, Tony's a good guy. He is, man. I like Tony. Tony's a good dude. What? Sam Gritz. I missed that. Oh. Well, you know what? I'm going to leave that up there for a minute because yes, we probably are. We probably are. A few more subscribers? Yeah. Conservative Christian Church. You know, I forget what the name of it was, and I had looked that up. It was in Cape Girardeau. And, you know, I question, yeah, exactly. Wow, you'd see like right after the Calvary Chapel Church. Because I was looking at, like, why did he have the thing against Catholics? The guy that was, like, in the drive lane, and he had pulled over into him. This is at the traffic stop. The guy was driving down the drive lane. You know, TB pulls in front of him, slams his brakes on so the guy would hit him in the butt. You know, right? And then he gets out, goes over, starts chest bumping the guy. And the guy had on a Notre Dame shirt. And he's like, oh, Notre Dame fan, huh? You know, and the guy's like, I could tell right then the guy did not like Catholics. Well, what was his disagreement with Catholics? Because, look, man, I've looked back at this, that my suspect, who I certainly believe that his family had DNA in the ancestral database because they're Scottish and they go back to Robert the Bruce. Okay, now Robert the Bruce was Catholic. So I'm like, well, what's in this guy's head here, man? I mean, what is it with Catholics? You see? I don't know, man. I don't know what the whole quorum is there with him and Catholics, but obviously a little weird. Yeah, hang on. Let me try to go somewhere with that. Where is that? Yeah, you know, that's kind of a good point. Because, and again, I brought that up to Kim Riley. You know, I'm like, well, you would think an older guy like that, you know, that he would have had priors. And Kim Riley's like, you know, well, you know, but you got to start somewhere, I guess. Well, at 53, look, man, Thomas Bruce is exactly 45 days older than I am. 45 days older than me. Now, I go back to my very first crime that I was ever caught. I was 16, man. Well, no, that was a different time and a different day, and it was a little crime. But I mean, the thing is I had priors, man. I had a lot of PIs. I had been in jail in, oh God, I don't even want to try to name all of the states, but I mean, like right off the top of my head, I could say like 8 different states I've been in jail in, all small crimes, all under the influence, you know. But the thing is I had a lot of priors. But for a guy at 53 to go out, and this is when he was caught when he was 53, okay? But at that time, and I feel that was at least because I could give that as his 5th, but I don't know if there were any in between or prior to Evansdale. I don't know. You see what I mean? I have no idea. Yeah, exactly, Mama Bear. I mean, he was never caught, but again, that's what Kim Riley had told me. He'd never been caught committing a crime. Are you leaving, Sue? If you are, I mean, you have a good evening and wish you the best. Make it back next Tuesday at 5. Remember, everybody, I give that time because notifications don't happen on YouTube. They don't. If you're waiting for a notification, you'll be here really late and say, I didn't get notified. And that's when I'll say, well, that's why I gave you a time so you could just show up. You could be right here when I start. Bam, 5 o'clock. That's kind of a good question, but it is. But you will notice that in the Delphi briefing, I mean, they was obviously saying things that did not relate to him. You know, saying like, well, we now feel that this is somebody that lived or worked in the Delphi area between 18 and 40. And I'm like, yeah, bullcrap. Because I already knew at that time who did it. I had known for a long while who had did it. And when they showed that second sketch, I'm like, no, this is BS. And I didn't know why. And I was upset. And I came right back here right after the briefing and made a live video. But, I mean, again, it took a few days. And I'm like, yeah, that's it. That's exactly what it was, man. They was killing the investigation. That was the best way to do it. They're just going to play dumb a little bit here. And we, really can't answer that question, this and that. But they're not going to come out and say anything until the man's investigated. But understand that until they can talk to him, he can't be investigated. They can talk to his friends and family. They can narrow everything down and get everything in the world on him to go in there and talk to him. But he can't answer to it until they can talk to him. He can't confess till they talk to him. They can't get his information until they're talking to him. And that ain't going to happen until probably at about when or around January 2021. That's when they'll be able to talk to him. That's when they can investigate him. And if anybody asks him anything after the fact, yes, he does. He does. Yes, he does. But guess what? They ain't got crap to do with it. So there you are. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, well, we didn't, but there's very little to discuss there. I think that is how he walks. I think that it's probably an insecurity thing. Hands in pockets, head down when you walk. It might have something to do with that, but it's just like me. Every here and again when I'm walking, I'll put my hands behind my back while I'm walking. Rather than to my side swing, if I'm in thought, I'll be walking with my hands like back behind my back as I'm walking. And it's just one of those things that you just kind of mentally do. I think that the same thing applies. Now, people will walk with their hands in their pockets. He's not alone on that. Okay. But in both cases, he was under an amount of pressure. He knew what was going to happen in Delphi. He knew why he was crossing that bridge. He knew what was getting ready to happen. At the second one, when he was pulled over, he knew if he went to jail, he was it. He was arrested. He knew that already, man, that he was going to be nailed for this. He left fingerprints as well as DNA. And again, this is what I relate the St. Louis arrest. As soon as he was arrested down there, they contacted Carroll County. Why? Why? It isn't that everybody down there had heard about the Delphi murders. Maybe they had. They wouldn't have put anything together. I believe these fingerprints came back as the unknowns for Delphi. They said, boom, hey. Once they looked that up, they said, yeah, reach Carroll County, man. We might have their guy. Because he was dressed like it, looks like the sketch, had never broken the law before. Yes, he has children. Why do you keep asking me that? Yes, he does. Well, are you implying that they did it? Yeah. Yes. I can say that I never got used to that, but yeah, you know how many times I've been in the back of a cop car with my hands handcuffed behind my back? You know how many times I've been put in a car like that and went right down around my legs, pulled them up to the front? 2 times, man, I got my hand out of it. Completely out of the handcuffs. And when I was in Noblesville, when I got arrested for a DUI in 1987, I got out of the car, and this one right here was still on, and I was holding the handcuff with my other one behind my back. As soon as I got out of that car, man, they snatched me and put me on the ground immediately. And, I'm telling them, I'm like, dude, man, it just slipped out. I was trying to put it back in. Fuck, what? What? No, huh? No, that was after both, man. That was done in November of 2018, or excuse me, October of 2018. That was that was coming up on 2 years for after Delphi. I just explained it, Sir Julian. See, I just did. It was like oppressing 2 years after. But again, I mean, this is what I said, because look, TB knew this. He knew he left DNA. I mean, I said that when I seen the age of the guy and 2 girls dead like that, man. I'm like, yeah, you know what the motive is. You already know. You say, yeah, there's going to be DNA. That's almost like a given. It's like criminal behavior. Okay. But when Kim Riley had told me, it's like the man had never committed a crime before. They only take DNA for specific crimes. If you go back, there was highly specific crimes, like aggressive sexual assault, armed, this and that. Very certain crimes. But to say he had never committed a crime before, well, maybe he has, but we can find no trace of him. You wouldn't say that if it was just DNA. If it was just DNA, you wouldn't say we couldn't find no trace of him. You'd say, well, we don't know who did it. But you couldn't say he'd never committed a crime before. There's one way that you can say a person had never committed a crime before. You got their fingerprints, and those fingerprints don't come back. Never committed a crime. Told you that then. And everybody's like, no, he didn't leave fingerprints. You're stupid. You're an idiot. No, you watch too much television. And you don't know the dynamics of this case. All right. No. AJ Doman, I have not owned a television in over 15 years. I don't watch television, nor would I. I'd never watch a show. The police station in Carroll County. Carroll County is really small. That's where me and Greeno met, was in Carroll County Jail. Yeah, I don't watch television, man. I think Netflix is on television, buddy. I don't watch television. I don't watch Netflix. Anything that I watch at my house is something that I wish to view. Normally independently done, that's on something that I have interest in. And even most of that I won't watch, because when I sit and start watching it, and I hate this, man, I hate it. You got a documentary, they start showing something, and then they flash to some guy. It's like, oh, it was crazy, and then he starts explaining what he was just watching, and I'm like, okay, that's like reality television, and you need to jam that crap, because I don't want to hear it. Thumbs down later, because I hate that. Yeah, the FBI's been gone for a long while. I mean, like Indiana State Police, I'm sure that they're still working with local law enforcement and the like. And I mean, they're heavy on it. But going back when they sent the investigators to me and Greeno's place, man, the investigator that came to my house was from Howard County. Howard County, you know, Howard County, not even like Carroll County. They had people from Tippecanoe County and probably Cass County, maybe White County. They had like all surrounding counties. They had a lot of people working this case. And guess what? 46,000 tips. No one named. Very odd, very peculiar. But there it is, man. It is fact. Fact. Okay, everybody, I'm going to wrap this up, this time for real, in 12 minutes. 12 minutes. Seriously, man. Throw me a question, man. I need some questions. Question, man. I want some good questions, man. Look, I want somebody that's out there, man, that has really looked into this case, and I want somebody to lay a question on me where I can go, that's a damn good question. Do it, man. Somebody lay that question on me. You got 12 minutes. Go. And I better have over 70 thumbs up, man. Yeah, they are. They are assisting, and which is really good, because I mean, like, understand that. I mean, the FBI is good at what they do, and the FBI ain't out there like busting somebody for marijuana. If you see my point, you know, it isn't like the local yokels, man, that's out there going, yeah, got caught with marijuana, didn't you? Yeah, you're going to prison, big boy. Yeah. God, if I could, man, if I could, oh, if I could. Let's give me a day. Give me one day. Because, man, I let law enforcement have the bitch slap. I swear to God, those treasonous pieces of shit. Man, I'd be beat there. Okay. All right. Well, they still got 11 minutes. The walrus, right? Lazenby. He was the walrus, though. I mean, he really was, man. I just say that because of the mustache, but come on, man. Let's look at that. That guy could not have been a better walrus unless his name was John Lennon. What? No, man. I think that you are under a heavy misconception there, because it was, yeah, it was not either of those. I mean, Cheyenne didn't see the suspect, and the woman that was walking her dog saw the suspect. Had nothing to do with Derek. The person that had talked to Derek was flannel shirt guy. That was the beginning right there. Yeah, not really. You should have been in my channel for quite a while there, Ben. A little misled, because when people start showing up like it's a cold case, man, they don't know anything. Yeah, they just don't know a bloody thing. Well, they do. They do. Yeah, well, exactly. That is the reason they got the guy. And again, this is the question, because there is, like, so I found out about, like, 5 billion ways to word that, where I always got to repeat the same thing. They know who did it. They got DNA. They got the goods, but they can't go talk to him. And until they can talk to him and get his information and investigate why he says, they ain't going to tell you. They're not going to tell the media. They're not going to do that, because they can't do that, man. They can't go and go, we got him on DNA. Ha! Well, what did he say? We ain't talked to him. But you got DNA. We got DNA. Anything else? Oh, well, we can't talk about our investigation. We're sorry. I'm sorry. I can't answer that. I'm sorry. There's no way to answer that without talking about our investigation. We apologize because they couldn't say crap, but you will hear about it in about January, February of 2021. There it will be. You know what? I looked into that, Sue. I really did. I kind of checked into it to see if there was anything that kind of fit a description of that. But understand that through that time, he was working. You know, I mean, he was working a job. And it was when he wasn't working, 1 month after each time where he had lost a job. Evansdale, next month, next time, filed bankruptcy, resigned from his job, next month, Delphi. Because all of these, every case, man, every criminal case that he had got, you know, in the 77-year-old lady, the Catholic supply store, Evansdale, Delphi, all between the hours of 12 and 3, I believe it was, like right in that area, 12 and 3, midday and brazen. He drank. That's why. Yeah, and he's not, and law enforcement knows that as well, and everybody thinks like they would tell us. No, they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't. Trust me, they wouldn't. They're not going to tell you anything, and right now they're playing dumb. Yeah, people say, well, they're stringing the public along. No, they're not. They're just not telling you what they can't tell you, and because they can't tell you, that's not stringing you along. What it's doing is it's just playing it out there so that they can throw out this information, but just keep that going, man, because they already knew who did it. They know they're going to get down there and get him and bring him back to court, and that's when they will tell you, man, right then. No. Obviously, no, if the guy fit better than him. But like I said right here, Nancy, I would lay my left arm against $100,000 that TB is not only Delphi's suspect, but Evansdale's as well. Same guy. Yes, exactly. Exactly, Victoria, exactly. And that strikes me as so odd that he would like resign. Well, you know what? Maybe that is why. Maybe that is why he resigned from that job, because he had filed bankruptcy. I mean, he was hit, okay, had filed bankruptcy and everything, and then said, maybe he's seen the reverse date. Maybe he's seen that. Maybe he's seen that it was coming up, and he's like, I'm resigning. I'm going to resign because then I'm free to go travel in the daytime, go commit the same. And he knew where. I mean, because something did happen. Exactly. And, you know, it is, because that does strike me as odd. Above anything in this, that point right there strikes me as odd. Because, yeah, he filed bankruptcy in January of 2017. He resigned from his job on the reverse date 1 month later, identical to the first one. Just like the crimes, identical to the first one. Resigned from his job 1 month later, Delphi, on the road that he traveled to his brother's house. And again, it's like when you start looking at all this, it's like, why aren't people there, man? Why ain't people grabbing? Because they don't understand the case. They don't know anything about the case, is all I can gather. They're not looking at the case, man. They're listening to crap. It's got to be. Because I have no reason why everybody wouldn't be like, dude, you are like 5,000% right. Holy mother of God, you're right. Everybody's like, yeah, I don't think so. I heard 25 people did it. I mean, can you explain that? I get that, man. I do. I get people that get a hold of me like that. Yeah, okay, look, Lala, one, a right to a speedy trial. If you say, I want a speedy trial, they don't say, oh, we're going to push this through really quick so you can get right off and do life behind bars. No. They said, dude, I'm facing life behind bars. I don't care if it takes 5 years to find me innocent. Do it. Okay? 1 year? My God, man. O.J. Simpson's was over that. You know, it's not like they're taking so long. This is his criminal defense, man. They don't want that going in right away. They don't want them to get all, you know, they want this to take as long as possible to show the evidence that they have. So no, they're not in there trying to burn it up as quick as possible because this guy isn't trying to get in there and get sent off right away. He wants to get in there, get this hooked up, so maybe he don't have to do life behind, behind bars without parole. Yeah, you're kind of wrong there. You're way wrong there. In fact, when I was in jail, I couldn't wait to get to prison because in jail, you're sitting in a cell with a bunch of idiots. When you're in prison, man, yeah, it's way different, man. You get to walk around. You get to go do things. You know, you can't do that in jail. It was far better in Westville, although the people were a little bit out there. But the point is, it was far better than sitting in Carroll County Jail. It really was. When they sent me to RDC, I'm like, yes, I'm going to RDC. Later, bitches. No, it is not. Yeah, right. Correctamundo. Yeah, if they get you in there and just throw you through court, man, it's because they got you and they know it and they're going to get you just sent out of there because they don't want to waste their time. It ain't about you, it's their time they're worried about. Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah, well, that's what I was just saying. Jail is way worse. Jail's way worse than what prison is. You know, I couldn't wait to get out of jail and get into go to RDC and then to prison. Because sitting in Carroll County Jail, geez, man, ask Reno about that. We're in the same cell, man. They had lockdown Mondays because of maintenance. It was Dennis Randall. And on lockdown Mondays, you had to sit in your cell going like this all day while they blared country music because he was a big untouchable POS. If anybody really needed it's Dennis Randall. No, yeah, it might seem like it, but no, it ain't. Again, it's television. You know, you watch television, yeah. I think he was arrested on the 21st of November last year. So it's coming up on a year. Yeah. 30 days in jail sucks, man. It does. Now, normally I never had to do 30 days in jail. I mean, usually it was kind of an in and out, you know. Well, now, you know what, Peaches? This is me. This is me because the founding father says if there is a law that's made that is unjust, it is the right and obligation of the American citizens not to obey that law. Because that is what it is. If they make an unjust law, you have every obligation to go out and break that law and say, up yours. No, you will not. Get your hands off of me. I have human rights. You touch me. You do it. You do it, sir. You're going to have a problem. And now, right now, they would. They would have a serious problem if they laid one hand to me. Because I am free. I, Michael Leroy Stroop, free. Totally free. I'm under common law. That's right. Common law. Common law. Not under all those laws you guys are. I'm different now. Yeah. Well, exactly. Exactly, man. Totally. Well, that's what Daniel Nation's public attorney did when they went out there to talk to him. Stopped him. Nope. I represent him. Yeah. Well, guess what? You ain't talking to him. You're from a different state on a different crime. You got a warrant for him? You don't? Later. You're not talking to my guy. Bye-bye. And that's exactly how it plays. If they went down there to talk to TB, he would be met by their public attorney that would say, peace, dude. You're out of here. You're not talking to him now. Well, you're going to wait till this court's done. Because he's under representation. They don't play that. And they won't. And guess what? It's right that they do that. We don't want to go down there and mess that case up. Man, what that guy did was horrific. Horrific. There's justice that needs to be served. You know? So, and the same in Delphi. The same in Evansdale. And he will face those. He will go to court on every one of them. And I understand it's going to take a long time. It's going to take a while. And you know what? Just like me, we're all going to have to deal with that time. We're all going to have to set it out because it's going to be a long wait. Painted everything pink. We're in jail. I think that's Arizona. But you know what? Again, it's treasonous. What he's doing is he's down there. He's got people in there on victimless charges. He's treating them like crap, just like Dennis Randall on Lockdown Monday for maintenance. Dude, we're in a cell. How are we going to hurt maintenance out there? It's maintenance. Where are you guys maintaining every Monday? It's maintenance. Well, there's no maintenance. They just want to lock you in the cell so that they can be a piece of shit. That's all that amounted to. Oh, okay, well, it is now after 11. Okay, everybody, if you would like to subscribe or if you would like to donate to my channel, bam, hit that PayPal link where it says Michael Stroop 777. Drop me some money in there. That's for the channel. It pays for upgrades and hopefully one day a better webcam. But you know what? I got the best webcam that there is, honestly. But what I need is like a better... like the video camera that hooks up to your computer. That way I could sit here in high def like I was using my Sony. And anyway, it takes care of all upgrades, my software, my computer, editing, travel expenses, all of that crap. So if you want to drop any money, man, throw it into that and you're the best. Anyway, everybody, guess what? I will see you at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time next Tuesday. Don't wait for a notification. It will never, ever happen. YouTube, don't play that game. I'll see you all then, everybody. Peace.